Now we're live. Now we're live. Welcome, live chat 151 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. It is 2 minutes past 6, 1st of February 2026. I don't know where January went. Gone before you know it. Anyway, welcome all. Hope you're all good. We're broadcasting from London here in the UK. We're a bass channel, bass guitars, not bass fishing. That's something else. You've got to find other channels for that. We're talking bass guitars. If you want to talk bass players, bass gear, albums with great bass playing on. If you've got problems with your gear or you're looking for some advice or some help, want to become a bass player, all of those things, you're amongst friends. Come on in. You're very welcome. If you come onto the live chat, either by the regular YouTube feed or via the shorts and the vertical stream feed, again, come in, have a chat. We're all good. We don't do politics. We don't do religion. We don't accept people being aggressive and nasty and sweary and coming on and being bullies. So if you do that, you'll be booted out. But if you don't do that, everything is right with the world. So come on in, Visog. I can see you. Good to see you. So I'll give newcomers the lowdown on how this works. But before we really go any further, I've kind of got to do this, haven't I? Makes my heart sing to see that, I can tell you. So people who frequent the live chats, come on Brooks's Bass Corner, you'll know for a few weeks I've been intimating there was a surprise. There was a surprise waiting in the wings that I couldn't tell you anything about. I've told you now. I've been telling you since Thursday. So the rumours are true. There is a new print-based magazine for bassists here in the UK. I assume we're shipping worldwide. The only thing I can tell you, well, there's lots of stuff I can tell you, and I'm very happy to accept questions, and I'll answer them as best as I can with the information I have at the moment. I did fire lots of questions at my editor on Wednesday night. I said, look, if I'm doing social media posts tomorrow, I'm going to get bombarded with questions and you haven't given me all the info yet. And he said, I will get the answers for you, but I'm on a writing deadline for a book. So you may have to wait. I said, all right, we'll go ahead anyway. So I will do my best to answer any questions you might have regarding the new magazine as far as I can. Anything I can't answer, I will make a note of. I will fire it at the editor and the publisher and get back to you. Maybe my plan was to do a video on Thursday night, and I suddenly realized I could end up saying stuff about the mag and I don't actually know the full details regarding everything. So rather than me put up a load of stuff and then the publisher goes, no, that's not the case, I thought, right, we'll just hold fire. So I then thought, well, we'll do a live chat on it. And again, I thought, I don't have all the info. So here we are a couple of days after. I still don't have all the info that I want, but I can tell you as much as I possibly know. So at the moment, as far as I'm aware, we will be shipping worldwide. There will be a paper-based version of the magazine, so you can have the old school, that sort of thing. Obviously not Bassist, before certain people that used to work for that magazine come on here and start giving me a load of grief like they did on my socials. But anyway, which I was most surprised at. I thought you folks would have given us a bit of a vote of confidence. But anyway, hey-ho, there we go. So there'll be a paper-based version. There will also be a digital version. But the paper-based version will only be available by subscription. You won't be able to go to your local paper shop and get it unless the paper shop takes out a subscription. You may find bass retailers across the world might subscribe to it. I'm sure the Gallery, John, Martin, will probably have a subscription. So hopefully they might stock it. We'll see how all that goes. But if you want to get hold of the mag, I suggest you check out the website. I've put the link at the very top of the chat today. So the very first message in the live chat should say the link. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll do it again just in case anyone can't see it, and I'll keep putting it up throughout the tonight's live chat. And details are on there if you want to take a subscription out. This is not, as far as I'm concerned, as a writer. So I have no, what can I say? I have no ways in dealing with subscriptions or anything to do with the running of the mag. I'm purely a content creator and a writer for the mag. So if you take a subscription out and you don't get your mags, I can't sort that for you. I know in the old days of Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player, certain colleagues, musical friends and acquaintances, when they had a problem getting their subscription, they come and ask me. I can't deal with it. It's nothing to do with me. It's out of my remit. I don't get paid for that sort of grief. I get paid for writing the content, and in the new format, we're going to have videos, which is something we wanted to do with BGM, something we wanted to do with BP for various reasons. The publisher of those magazines never really wanted to go down the online content route. Well, this magazine is. Our publisher is very much on board with not only having written reviews in the magazines, we're going to have online reviews. Muggins here is doing most of that. So, for example, you are going to find 2 amplification reviews, one of which the rig is still here, which me and my editor sat down and went through the gear just over a week ago. You will see his written review of those rigs. One is here. I will show you very shortly. One is right there. And the other one has gone. So you'll see his, or you'll be able to read his written review. You'll then have my video review to back it up. So whatever he says in that review will correlate, okay? In terms of technical information, sounds, you won't find one review says one thing and the other review says another. So the way this is going to work is I film the reviews that I'm doing on video as opposed to the written ones. That video gets edited by me, goes to my editor. He then takes his notes that he's written when we were reviewing them together, takes what I've written in the video, and then he will make his written review based on that as well. So there will be times where we have differing opinions. There will be times where one of us will think, well, actually, this isn't good value for money, and the other one will think it is good value for money. But either way, you will be able to hear real life examples of what we're doing. Obviously, historically, you look at a paper-based magazine and reviews, you can't hear it unless you go to a shop. Now, obviously, we're on YouTube. You can just go on and check other people's reviews. Now you're getting it in-house. Yeah. So if I get 5 basses here for review, I'll write the reviews, film them, demo them. Then you can see what I've been talking about in the review. So no, you don't have to pay for 2 subscriptions to have the paper-based and the digital. I think if you pay for 1 subscription, you get the whole caboodle. But I think the digital-only subscription is reduced in price. I think it's £20 for the 4 issues that we're doing in the next 12 months. I think the paper-based one is £27. But anyway, all the details are at www.thebassistmag.com. The picture you see in front of you on screen, it's a collectible sample issue which is being launched at the guitar show in Birmingham, I think over the 27th and 28th of February. Let me just check the dates. It's been all go this week, I can assure you. Crazy times, but exciting as well. 28th and so it'll be 28th of February and the 1st of March, the Saturday and Sunday at the guitar show in Birmingham. So our publisher will be there. My editor will be there. I'm hoping to be there if I don't have any gigs. At the moment, I don't over that weekend, but I've got to keep the diary open in case something comes in because there isn't any work coming in at the moment. So 2 of them will be there. There may be all 3 of us. And then the other writers hopefully will also be there. So that's what I've got to tell you at the moment. It's a nice surprise. Good start to 2026. I'm hoping those of you who follow Brooksy's Bass Corner, you know what I used to do for BGM and BP. We have a shared vision on this mag that we are going to do the business. Okay. No, not cutting corners. We're not scrimping on budget or anything like that. we're going to do everything properly. And the real joy this time around on this magazine is it's not a monthly magazine. We will be publishing every 3 months. So in the old days of the other magazines, it was full on. Yeah, trying to get a magazine out every 3 to 4 weeks, content, non-stop writing, as well as all the gigging I was doing, all the gig booking I was doing. So I used to be a fixer for gigs here in London for a chain of venues. This time, we only have one issue to do every 3 months. I think the paper count is going to be more, like page count is going to be more than BGM BP. I would assume that's the case. Again, a lot of the technical detail I'm not privy to at the moment, so we will find that out over time. But what we're aiming for is to create a magazine that, rather than regular magazines that you read and then sort of dispose of when you're ready, we want to try and create something that you would put on a coffee table, that you would want to keep after the event. So once you've read it, you would keep it. We're trying, well, again, something the editor is aiming for is to have very nice paper quality, very good print quality. We want to make this something worth keeping. I did see someone mention on Bass Chat that they had done a subscription and they thought £7 an issue was cheap, and I thought, yeah, it is. I was told it was going to be more than that, so that caught me unaware. So clearly there are things sort of changing in the background. A lot of that stuff I don't know about at the moment. I'm just writing, content creating, and the other joy of all this is we're going to have a production line of gear coming through the door here at Brooksy's Bass Corner, which once reviewed and featured on the websites and in the mag, 6 weeks after publication, I can use those videos and that content here on the channel, although I will tweak it and change a few things because I want the mag videos to look slightly different to how they look here on the channel. So there we go. So I'm going to delve into your questions. Anything you want to ask, if I can help, if I can give you information on this, I will answer to the best of my ability. But as I say, at the moment, the technicalities, I don't know everything about this yet. But we're trying to sort of piece it all together, and some things will change. I'm sure once the sampler issue is done, the first proper issue is going to be available, I think in May, start of May. And providing the sample issue goes down well and people are impressed with it and like it, you know, and the manufacturers and distributors want to get on board with the advertising, everything else. If it all goes well, and I see no reason why it won't, because Lord knows, not a week goes by where I don't get an email or a message on the live chat or a message on socials going, oh, really miss the mags, you know, really miss all the bass magazines and the shows. And I know nothing about bass shows at the moment. That's not on the horizon. I think we've got to get the magazine up and running. Started already, isn't it? Get the magazine running, and then we will see. And who knows? Fingers crossed. People support the mag, buy subscriptions, get involved, all the social stuff, watch the videos. Perhaps we can get back to something that we used to have at the London Bass Show. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be good? So I'm going to be, as well, I mean, look, Brooksy's Bass Corner is not going to suffer because of this. If anything, it's going to, I say blossom, but I have no knowledge if that will happen. But what it does is it gives us, or gives me, more content. But the other thing is it reestablishes all the relationships and connections that I've had with players, manufacturers, distributors, people in the industry. So I can pull all of that into what I offer here on the channel. It's a win-win. I can't see any bad points here. Joel's the editor, Joel McIver, who's the editor for Bass Guitar Magazine and BP until BP stopped. I say stopped, you know what I mean, as a published paper entity. We will do our very best. I promise you that. If you're familiar with my work before, I hope you know the sort of level of quality I try to produce. Yeah. What more can I say? As far as I'm concerned, this is a great start to 2026. I'm on board. Joel's on board. The writing team, the theory team. are on board, we're going to give it a go. So all it needs is for people to buy subscriptions. Like I say, you won't be able to go into a newsagent, just pick up a copy here and there. But we'll see how it all pans out. At the moment, everyone I've spoken to involved in it is like, we're going for it. So it's exciting. It's good stuff. Right, let's have a look at these messages. That's me. Visog, good to see you. Bill Derbyshire, you can't wait for it to come out. Excellent. That's what I like to see. A man with a positive attitude. Well done, Bill. Zuma, what's up, bass men and women? Well, you're here. That's the man with the voice for voiceovers. Mr. Silk Larynx. Absolutely. Awesome news. Thank you. Bill Derbyshire. Who's the editor? Joel McIver. Keith Doherty, do you need to take the digital version to get the videos? I would imagine so. At the moment, again, I know nothing. I was asking questions. Is the magazine having its own YouTube channel? Because that affects the collaboration feature, of course. The last thing I heard from Joel was he wasn't sure. He thinks they want to host the videos on a separate website. But it would make perfect sense if they're going to do that to also have a YouTube channel, because it's a revenue stream. So I don't know. Again, as I find out all this stuff over the coming weeks, I will update as best I can. I'm hoping for some more detailed answers this week, but we'll see how we go. Michael Anthony saying hello to everyone. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for all your comments on the various videos this week and posts. Very much appreciated. There's young Stacy, good girl. There we are. Snowed in, I think. Michael Brooks here. Just got in from church. That's cool. How do I get this? The Bassist. Is it actually in physical print? Yes. I will post you the link here. You need to go to this. Check it all out. As I said at the top, at the moment, I don't know if there is international sales. I would assume there is. I haven't gone into the mechanics of whether they charge an extra for the shipping and what have you. I will find all this fine detail out, hopefully this week. Stacey, congratulations on this first issue. Well, the funny thing is this sample issue won't be issue number 1. It's going to be like that very first issue of Bass Player that became very collectible. So it's like, it's either issue 0 or -1. I can't work it out. We'll see. There we say. Thank you. Just made it through a cold stretch. Ice storm, but you're good. Okay. I think Stacey's got that ice storm, Mike. Walter, good evening from the United States. What is the best Seymour Duncan pickups you can get? Whoa. What sort of sound are you after, sir? That determines everything, really. You've got to look at the tones you want. And every variation of the different types of pickups, because we're talking split coil, single coil, humbucker, soap bar, stacked humbucker. There's lots of variation in there. They will all be wound and voiced slightly differently. If you can put some more meat on the bones in terms of what you're looking for, I'll try and help. Keith, that's grand. There we go. Visog, good luck with the mag. Thank you. Be good if you could tie in your video reviews to supplement the written articles. That's the plan. That is exactly the plan. So as I said, Joel and I reviewed the 2 amp rigs. I'm now producing and editing up the videos of my side of the reviews. They then go to Joel. He writes his written reviews of those rigs. There we go. That's the way the production line is going to work. As I said, I'm going to say that a lot tonight, as I said. Because we're not doing a monthly issue, it's every 3 months. We've got time to breathe on this. So, in theory, in my head, the information will always be correct. The quality of the journalism will be correct and very high level. We're not going to be chasing our tails, drilling ourselves into the ground, trying to get an issue out every month. I recalled the story to a few people this week. A lot of you wouldn't be aware of this, but this is how it worked. So we went over to Future Publishing in 2016. And before that, it was always 1 issue a month. And that's how it worked. And we knew the dates, and that was fine. When we went over to Future Publishing, that very first winter period, so sort of November, December, January, 2016 going into 2017, we were faced with something we'd never done before, and it carried on this way every year at that time, where we basically had to get 3 or 4 issues prepared before Christmas, which is crazy. We were turning over 3 or 4 issues within the space of 6 to 7 weeks. I can remember a couple of Christmases where I was actually writing between Boxing Day and New Year's Eve, because we had to get the stuff ready to go for the next issue. But you can imagine the bedlam, working in bands, gigging frantically in December, and having to produce 3 to 4 magazines, and home life, and all the other things you might have going on. I can remember a couple of Christmases, both Joel and I were literally on our knees, just couldn't write, we got to just hit a brick wall. It's like the well has run dry, and you have to take a week or so away from writing and organizing. I mean, Joel's a fabulous organizer, great editor in that respect, getting things lined up, looking ahead on the calendar, what we got to get in place. So this time we won't have that. It will be every 3 months, so we've got time to work on things, get things really good. I can only see positives at the moment. I don't see any negative aspects. It's all pretty good, so fingers crossed. Can you get the Bassist in the States? At the moment, I don't know the answers. Again, if you go to thebassistmag.com, hopefully there'll be some answers on there. By all means, send emails. There are a couple of emails on there to the publishers and the editor, so you can ask those questions. I'm hoping you can get it over there. It'd be daft for us to create a magazine that's only available in the UK. I think the plan is that it's a worldwide publication. I would hope so. Visog, I have those Guitar Player spin-off bass player mags, the Billy Sheehan cover. I've got one right there. And the joy I've had over the years of writing for magazines is every time I've met a bass player that was featured in the Billy Sheehan Jack Bruce issue, I got them to sign it. So I've got quite a few good signatures in that mag. Yeah. Stacey, snowed in. You are sitting at 30. You're at 0. Oh dear. As I said to you earlier, it'll probably be 24 and sunny. You'll be out in your flip-flops by the end of the week. No doubt. Right, I'm just checking everything's working and we're good. Let's just check that. I think that's all fine. So I'm just running back through the video, through the back end, if you'll pardon. We had 2 new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you for coming on board. Hope you enjoy the channel. Hope you find some content that works for you. Right, I'm just checking. We got any messages on the community tab? No, that's good. Analytics are looking fine. Thank you very much, folks, for tuning in. Then we've got the video. Just checking that's working. That is working, so that's good. And this is the vertical stream, so I'm just having a look at that. Yeah, that's all working too. And stream health is excellent. There we go. We're up and running, folks. Excellent. So if you're new to the live chat, you've not been on here on my live chat or any other live chats here on YouTube, come on in. This is the video window as you're seeing it. Directly below the video, you'll see a row of icons. If you're on the mobile app, underneath this video, you'll find the live chat window. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. And basically at the bottom of the live chat, you'll see there's a box that says comment or chat. Put your questions, comments in there, press send. It appears in the feed, then I can deal with it, as can everyone else. Next to the chat box, you'll see an emoji icon. Feel free to give that an absolute leathering. The more emojis, the better. It helps the live chat with the algorithm, pushes the video out to more bass players. We get more bass players coming in to watch the live chat. Then we get more knowledge and everything's good. Next to the emoji icon, you'll see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in. That's the super chat facility. Allows you to contribute to the channel if you wish to do so. You don't have to. The channel is free to watch. The videos are free to watch. But if you wish to help the channel, keeps going as long as possible. I aim to be here for another 20, 25 years. They'll probably be putting me in my box on a live chat, no doubt. But everything you see here on the channel, the videos, creating the videos, everything is paid for by the channel. Don't get any freebies. So feel free to use the super chat facility. As I said before, underneath the video, Michael Anthony, you're taking my breath away. Look at that. Outstanding work, sir. $49.99. Super chat donation. Thank you very much. Bless your heart, mate. Thank you. Woo. Start as we mean to go on. Hey, that's outstanding. Well done, sir. Oh, I'm impressed. Taking my breath away. I've got to put a little message in there. Here we are. Let's just check that that did go. It didn't, did it? Because I didn't put right. I'll put that in now. Hey, outstanding. Yeah, you're trying to coax her into doing the same. Not to worry. Thank you very much for that. Outstanding work. So, as I said, underneath the video window, there's a row of icons. There's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give the video, this video, a thumbs up. It's the most important thing you can do for us content creators here on YouTube. Exactly, Zoomer. I was thinking much the same. Most important thing you can do, it's free for you to do it. It's literally a tap of your mouse on the thumbs up or a tap on your phone screen or your tablet screen. Thumbs up helps to push the video through the algorithm. The more thumbs ups, the more messages, the more comments we get after the live chat's finished. Sharing this live chat out to social media, email, websites. It's the most important thing. And the best thing is, it doesn't cost you guys anything to do that. So if you frequent any bass channels on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to share this out there, because the more people we draw in, the more YouTube thinks, oh, this is good. We're going to push this out to more and more bass players. And then it helps my channel, helps me, helps the video. So it's all good. So thumbs up is what we prefer. Let's get that in all the video. There we go. If you're going to give it a thumbs down, then please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know why you've given it a thumbs down, what isn't working for you. I don't need swearing. I don't need aggression. Just if something on the live chat isn't working for you, then tell me what it is and I'll try and make it better. Adrian, good to see you. Next to the thumbs up, thumbs down, you'll see the share arrow, so you can share it out to social media, email and websites. There's the watch later icon. Then you're going to see a love heart with a dollar symbol in. That's called super thanks, which works exactly the same as the super chat facility that I told you about before. Again, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can using either super chat or super thanks. The super thanks facility exists on every single video on this channel. So if you watch one of the workshop videos or one of the demos, the reviews, the interviews or whatever, and you find something interesting or informative or educational, you want to help me, help the channel, help the video, when you make a donation on any of the videos, Stacey Ann, you're just egging each other on, aren't you? That's what it is. It's who, heaven forbid someone does 100 one day. I mean, goodness me, come on. Well, thank you very much. Look at this. They're leading the way, these two. I don't know. You'll embarrass me. I'm just trying to find where we are. There we are. There we are. Thank you. And I'll put the reply in there too. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. And I want to go to that. So thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You keep ruining my my script. Right, so super chat, super thanks, same thing, exactly what these two comedians have just done, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So that's those options. We also have the hype facility. Now, I don't think you can do it while we're broadcasting, but you can do it afterwards. So there's the hype facility in YouTube. So any video that I put up for 7 days after it's published, you can hit the hype facility. Stacy knows where it is on the mobile app. It sort of seems to change position regularly. But by hyping it, it helps to push the video through the YouTube algorithm. But there's no definitive record yet that YouTube take it into account to promote the video. But it must do something, otherwise why would they put it there? But if you can hype the live chat, hype any of the gig vlogs that I've put up over the past week, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. So once we've done the row of icons underneath the video, you then got the description box in there. You're going to find timestamps from midday tomorrow, although I may rattle through them this evening if I've got time. Basically, all the things we talk about tonight, I create timestamps, which allows you to jump through the video. So you don't have to watch the whole video after the event. You can if you wish. They last 2 to 3 hours. You can always watch them at double speed, so it takes half the time. But if you use the timestamps, you can actually jump through the chat in the various topics as we discuss them. So it helps you guys. After the timestamp section description box, you'll find Brooks's Bass Corner merch. For those people who follow the community tab and the Facebook and Instagram, you'll know the past 2 days, he says, let me just check something a moment. Just bear me a moment, folks. I was getting to the Brooks's Bass Corner merch, wasn't I? Let's have a little look here. I suspect we're still on 30% discount. Let me just check. Let's do this properly, shall we, Mike? So, the merch worldwide, every item has been selling at 30% off the past 2 days. I think it's still running. Let me just check. Rather than say it is or it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Brooks's Bass Corner merch at the moment, which you will find links for in the description box of this video and all videos, is currently, up until midnight tonight, $23.59 on the 1st of February, 30% off. So if you've been thinking about buying some Brooks's Bass Corner merch, caps, t-shirts, hoodies, mouse mats, there's 170 items there. It's all 30% off until midnight tonight, wherever you are in the world. So if you're watching this after the event, if you're watching it on Monday, it won't be 30% off anymore. We don't have 30% off discounts very often. In fact, I don't think I've seen one since about March last year. So if you've been holding back on buying some merch, again, when you buy the merch, I don't get the full amount that you're spending. I get a commission rate, but it's reasonable. It's pretty good. So as I say, all 170 odd items in the merch store, 30% off till midnight tonight. Back in description box, got the merch links. You've then got affiliate links for the Bass Centre here in the UK, and affiliate links for VIDIQ and Top Cashback. And then after that, you'll find bass retail affiliate links for Amazon and THOMANN. So if you've got anything bass related that you're thinking of buying, you can help the channel. Go to the links in description box. Go to the relevant Brooks's Bass Corner storefronts for Amazon or THOMANN. Find the items you want, pay for them. And once those items are shipped to you, the channel gets a small affiliate commission. It's a very small amount, but all those small commissions build up to be a bigger amount to help the channel. So after that, in the description box, we've got all the social links, and you'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, Be Real, Reddit, Quora, Discord, and TikTok. We're done, aren't we? Right, folks. Now I've picked myself up off the floor after the super chat payments. You two, I tell you. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Straight off the bat, within the first half an hour. Incredible. So we are talking about New Bass Guitar Magazine. We're also talking about anything to do with bass. So if you're new to the channel, maybe you've never been here before, haven't seen one of the live chats, either sit back, enjoy the watch. If you're watching on TV, looks good, doesn't it? I was checking a couple of my own videos out yesterday to make sure the ratios are working well, and the graphics and the text and the visuals all Pretty good, I thought. If you're watching on your phone, I hope it looks okay. But yeah, it's all going good. So we're talking basses, bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, great bass players, strings, gig bags, hard cases. We want to talk about guitar maintenance, talk about great bass players and albums with great bass playing on. If you're into bass, not bass, that's fishing. If you're into bass guitar, you're in the right place. Come and have a chat. So yeah, Zumaz off. He's having breakfast. But the poor love, he's been up for hours. His other half got up early, woke him up. He's having his Cocoa Pops. And thank you to all those who've been commenting on the videos that Zuma and I have been doing, the Duran videos. We will be working towards the next one, I guess, over the next couple of weeks. And it's the big one. Next one is Rio. Where do we go from there? We will try and do as in-depth as we can in an hour. I suspect that will be the main video that we may have to go back and do a more in-depth analysis further down the line. But we're going to do as much as we can. There's so much to talk about with that album, the songs, the tour, everything that happened to the band around that time. So looking forward to doing that. It'll be good. But it'll be a couple of weeks because Zoom's got to get back into the schedule of his own videos. But we'll get there. It'll be good. But the first two have been great. He messaged me, I think, was it on Monday or Tuesday? He'd woken up to his first message from YouTube in years to say he'd had 500 hours of view time off of one of those videos, which is no mean feat for channels of our size. So if you've been watching those videos, thank you. For us, it's a blast. It's just a joy to do them. Poor Zoom has got to do the editing and the laying out and the graphics and all the stuff that goes into doing a YouTube video. But it's good fun. Beautiful bass on the cover. Yes, very nice Spectre there. Very nice Spectre. The whole thing looks good to me. I gave my 2 pennies worth when I first got sent the demo cover, and yeah, it's we're hoping it flies, really. But like as I said earlier, not a week goes by where either I don't read that people miss having a mag, or I get contacted, or people message me on socials, or come here on the live chat and say the same thing. Christopher Fiddler, good to see you. Did you guys see the Spectre SB1 reissue? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Limited run for the 50th anniversary, $6,000. Yeah, I mean, try buying one of the originals for $6,000. I think you're looking at 10 plus. PJ Rubel would be the man to speak to on those sort of things. Graham Potts, good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up there. Great news about the mag. Yeah, PJ would be able to advise on what the resale prices of the original SB1s are. Significant, I would imagine, would be the fair description. Michael Anthony, I was searching a while back for a really good rigid gig bag. Okay, it was frustrating because I didn't like where the neck support is located. I wanted it bigger and closer to the body. I found the Mono Vertigo. I've got one of those. Did you try the Gator cases? I've got a double one here. I think it's in the lounge, isn't it? Sorry, if it was here, I'd have just grabbed it and shown you. But they're pretty good, the Gator, and they're about half the price of the Mono, and they tend to be a little more reinforced in terms of the rigidity. But I mean, Monos are what they are. You'd even check the bag under a plane. Okay, no, never seen Gator. Will do. Check them out. They may have put their prices up, but about 6 years ago, just before we went into COVID, I bought that double one, and I think it was about £140. And at the time, the Vertigos, the Monos, were over 200, and that's a double bag, which works for me. So, Chris, Enki are Mono are great. Yeah, Enki and Mono. Yep. Gator are great. Yep. Chisbuilt. Yep. I've got gator bags for various things, like my IEMs. I've got their little rack bag for wirelesses, and I've also got various sort of cases for lights and stuff in the garage. So I never have any issues with gator. They're pretty good, very hard wearing. Generally, I would say. Yeah. So come on in, folks. We're talking about this new magazine. We'll talk about anything to do with bass. Put your comments, questions in the chat box at the bottom of the live chat window, and press send, and we will discuss anything you wish to talk about. How's things with you, Bill Derbyshire? Any new purchases? Let me know. Let's just check if anything's hit the email box while we're at it. If you've got anything you want to email me, brooksyspaccorner@gmail.com. We're here every Sunday from 6 till 9 UK time. We've had all the fallout now from NAMM. All the stuff. There were a couple of sites did a roundup. Bass Direct did one, but they were only covering the brands that they kind of stock and distribute. There was some good gear, some nice gear. I was expecting a little more, if I'm honest. I thought there'd be far more new product, but it is what it is. So fair enough. Bill, Gator guitar cases are great for your headless basses. Yes, I'll second that. There's young Leo. How are you? On the mend, I hope. All good. Not long till you're here now. Month and a bit, 5 weeks, I think. He's paying London a visit. I'm going to take him to the gallery to see Aladdin's Cave of bass goodness here in London. If he gets time. Hopefully he'll have some free time. But it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to be working over the next couple of days, not only on the videos for this fine magazine. Where am I? On the vertical, it's there. That way. Ah, there we go. Not only will I be doing reviews and content for that, I'm going to be looking at all the affiliate stuff. I've got to do a refresh on that. I've got the new Andertons links that I need to be using. And I'm going to try and... I found a couple of channels that do very well. Not bass channels, just general channels that do very well with their affiliate sales and what have you. I need to get some inspiration from what they do and how they do it. So I'm going to be working on that this week. Leo, you can't wait to be in London. Excellent. Excellent. I will warn you now, it could be cold and wet that time. March is a funny month here in London. It can be really warm and we get all the spring weather and it's great, or it can be really cold and really wet. And don't think we won't get snow. We can. It can happen. But about a week before your trip, we'll have a look at the weather forecast and we'll be able to advise, won't we? Young James, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope all is good where you are. Lewis Wingrove, here we go. The legends, they're all appearing, aren't they? Fabulous. Outstanding. Outstanding. So we're talking, Lewis, I don't know if you follow the community tab or not. We have a new bass mag here in the UK. Where am I going? That way and that way. Depending which what device you're watching the live chat on, that will make sense one way or the other. We have a new magazine and I'm writing for it and creating content for it. So, yeah, celebration time. Graham Potts, it's probably me, but where do I find the link for the merch store while using the mobile YouTube app? Go into the description of the video and you're going to buy another hoodie, aren't you? Don't lose it this time. Go into the description box. So there should be like a couple of lines of text starting to describe the video. And then it says more. And you tap on more and it will bring you the whole description. And then the merch link. But you can go to any video here on the channel and go in the description box and you'll find the merch link. I'm guessing I could put them in this live chat, but I don't know if that affects us getting a commission. It shouldn't. I can do that. Give me 2 seconds. I'll do that. I guess it only matters for me if you buy the product. It's not a tracking link otherwise. Yeah, because anyone can just, if they found it of their own volition without using the link, as long as they make the purchase, we get the commission on the merch. The affiliate things for Amazon THOMANN are slightly different. James, okay, but very wet. Somerset is quite flooded. I hear. I got drenched 3 times on Friday. I went to see a very excellent Prince tribute called New Purple Celebration. And it turned out to be their last gig after 21 years. They're playing at Shepherd's Bush Empire, O2 Academy. And I got drenched walking from the tube to the pub next door. I then got drenched walking from the pub to McDonald's, and then got drenched again walking from McDonald's back to the venue. But other than that, the gig was outstanding, amazing. The trumpet player and female vocalist is the Depp, or one of the Depp trumpet players for Uncle Funk. She kept saying to me, "You got to come see our band." I kept saying, "Yeah, I will. And then she told me, I think back in September or October, she just said, "I'm letting you know, we're calling it a day at the end of January. The last show will be at Shepherd's Bush." I said, "Right, I'll be there for that." And it was a Friday, and it was like, yeah, that worked for me. So they were amazing. But yes, flooded. Yeah, tell me about it. Friday, I was drenched, but not to worry. Hey, there you go, Graham. Yeah, check it out. Like I say, 170 items, 30% off all merch. So if you're looking for, well, we have any Mark King Level 42 fans. We've got the Mark King quote shirt. Of course, I can see if I can put that up, actually. Hold on. I get people asking me about the merch all the time. It's like, okay, it's easier if you just go into the store, but I'll see if I can post some up here. That's the wrong folder, Mike. You want that. Mark King quote shirts. There we go. Does that work? It does work. There we go. So you can have them. They're available in a couple of colours. I think black, charcoal grey. I think there's a couple of others. And we do a mug as well. So you got the Mark King shirt. There's the Chris Squire shirt. There's the Lee Sklar shirt, which I created it myself. Looks rather tasty. And the Nathan East shirt. But it's not just T-shirts. There's hoodies, caps, mouse mats, phone cases, iPad cases. 170 items in there. Yeah. 15 different designs. Go and check it out. Like I say, 30% off until midnight tonight. And we don't get 30% discounts very often. So happy shopping. Go and check it out. You help the channel. You help me if you buy that stuff. And it's better for me and the channel if you buy it through my links as opposed to buying it off the merch shelf here on the videos. Because when you do that, 45% of the commission I would earn goes to YouTube, which is fine. But I'd rather, because they take 45% of everything we get anyway, I'd rather have the merch direct. It works a bit better for me. Michael, I used the link to the Bassist and there is a button for international delivery. There you go. Subscribing now. You love printed mags. Well, there we go. Happy reading. Happy reading, sir. Leo, normally I'll get some free time since I'm with a host family. Okay, that's when you're over here. Lewis, very warm in California. Had to run the AC. Stacy's freezing in North Carolina. It's 0 at the moment. Chris Squire shirt. Yes. Do you want to see? Let me post that up for you. The Chris Squire shirt is here. How's that grab you? You do know I interviewed Chris Squire. I've told you that before, haven't I? So these are all quotes from interviews I did with the respective artists, and I have permission to use them. Hence why they're on my shirts. So, yeah. So if you want one of those, there's also a mug. I don't think I've got the mug there, but I can show you the Mark King one. There's the Mark King mug. So it's basically the same design, but on a mug. That's generally how that works. So there is one there for Chris Squire. So if that's your thing, shop away. But I can show you various bits of merch here. I'll rattle through a couple. I haven't done a merch push for a while, so bear with me, folks. So we've got shirts like that. There will be some new merch coming up shortly, new designs. I'll have that ready for the next time there's another big discount. We've got this, of course. Leo knows this shirt only too well. So all these designs are available. It's not just T-shirts. They're available across different items of clothing, different products. Let's see. So we did that. Then we've got that logo, which you'll have seen me wearing on various garments over the years. We've got the hoodie, and there are various hoodies. So all the designs you see, apart from the quote shirts, are available on hoodies. And all the gear, all the gear is great quality gear. The prints are really hard wearing. I think my hoodie with that print has been probably washed about 30 times. It still looks the same as when I received it. So there's the Lee Sklar shirt. I need to send him one of those. Although he's not going to wear a shirt with his own quote on, but there we go. He can raffle it off. We did the Mark King stuff. And we have other mugs, of course. If you're wondering what the base shape is, what the base design is, that's my GB Rumour. Yeah, so that's all good. We did that. There's a Nathan East shirt. I was saying, do I want to share 10 images? No, I don't. It's too much. What's that? You can share up to 10 images at once. To share a new image, please remove... Ah, right, okay. Right. Okay, I got it. Gotcha. I've added too many things. I understand. Right, okay. I know people watching the vertical stream are going, we can't see anything. It's just merch. It's filling the window. Sorry about that. There's the Lee Sklar shirt. And we have something a little general. We did that. We did that as an alternative take of the exploding bass logo. We have the multicolour bass with a smaller logo on the chest. And we have a bigger one, if you pardon the phrase, missus. It's there. And so it goes on. And then we obviously have that. Tip the bass player, they're the reason you're dancing. All true. All true. So there we go. So like I say, all the merch, 30% off until midnight tonight. Wherever you are in the world, all products, 30% off. That, don't I? There we go. Right, messages. Let's get in there. Right, did that. Leo bought the Mark King shirt. Yes, he did. You'd love to see the Chris Squire interview. Oh, hold on. There's no visual, it's just audio. So just bear with me a moment. I'll send you a link, or I'll put it in the chat. We want videos, and we want Chris Squire. There it is. This is from June 2014, just as the Heaven and Earth album came out. So wrap your logos around that one. Stacey saying hello to Lewis. I'll trade you our weather. There you go. You got 50 degree. Yeah. For California folks. Gareth Harrison, good to see you. From Ogio, good to see you. I've come here talking about tone a lot. That's okay. I give up. I'll just get a double humbucker bass. Pardon? You've come here talking about tone a lot. Okay, I give up. I'll just get a double humbucker bass. I don't know what you're getting at. I've seen you here on the live chats before. Not sure what you're getting at with that comment, but there we are. Not to worry. It is coming up at 7 o'clock here in London town. This is live chat 151 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. It's London, here in the UK. 1st of February 2026. We're talking about this new magazine, which I've been holding in the wings for, oh goodness, got to be about 7 or 8 weeks. I said there was a surprise coming. I don't think many people thought it would be that, but there we are. I couldn't believe it when I got the message from Joel, to be fair. He said, might have a little bit of work for you. I said, oh, yeah. And he said, can we have a phone meeting? This was in the middle of December. I said, yeah, we can have a phone meeting. Do you want to do it now? He said, no, speak to you at the end of the week. I said, okay. We had a chat and this was unveiled. And now here we are. It's all real. So like I say, if you're looking at the screen, you're thinking, collectible sample issue, how do I get one of those? You've got to go to the guitar show in Birmingham. They're going to be given out until the stocks run out. That's how that works. And then the proper full-blown mags will be, I think, the first week in May, I've been told, but deadlines can move. But yeah, providing the market and the industry are happy with it and they come on board and advertise and everything looks good, we'll be live from May. Can't wait. Can't wait. But if you've got any questions about it, you want to ask me anything, I'll try and answer as best I can. I don't know everything at the moment. I don't know all the fine technicalities and things that I don't know. I'll try and answer the best I can. And yeah, but I hope you enjoy it. Like I say, we'll be making, we're pulling all the, you know, we're pulling all the plugs out for this. It's, we want to do a great job. And hopefully, this will be something that just works around the world. We live in hope. We live in hope. But Joel and I are focused on making it as great as we can. I think the rest of the writing team are likewise looking at it from the same perspective. So, you know, we'll give it a good go. We'll do as best a job as we possibly can. It's not like we don't have form, is it? You know, 18 years for me, writing for BGM and BP. Joel did 19. And actually, he has contributed to the online version of BP since we stopped the magazine in 2022. So you could say he probably did a bit more, but we will do our best, I promise. We will do our best. How will it affect reviews on the channel? Well, it's all good because basically I produce video. I'm guessing I will be doing some of the writing as well. But I'll produce the video reviews, and then after 6 weeks after publication, I'm allowed to then use that content how I wish. It's my copyright. So I will tweak a few things in the videos because they need to be a certain way for the mag. I'll tweak some things and then I'll be able to use them here on the channel. So yeah, it's all good. So nothing changes. If anything, things improve here on the channel because there'll be more new gear coming through the door more regularly without me having to buy it or go and borrow it from stores. It's already coming here. So it's a double win. Can't wait. Can't wait. Like I say, one of the loveliest things is that we're going to re-initiate the relationships and connections we had with all the named players, all the manufacturers, all the distributors. Everything that we had with BGM and BP will start up again. I've already spoken to Billy Sheehan, spoken to Nathan East, spoken to Mark King on Friday. And all three were like, hallelujah, great, looking forward to it. So there we are. They're aware that we're here. They know we're going to come knocking. So it's all good. It's all good. And you get people like that on board and positive for it. It's you can't really go too far wrong unless we make a real dog's dinner of it. We won't. We won't. I will see PDF version of the mag before it goes to the printers. I will do the same job I did on the old mag, which is I will check everything. Sometimes, as Joel will attest, you go word blind and things can pass you by and you think, oh, it's all right. And suddenly you got the wrong photo there. That's not that bass. That's not that pedal. You sure that's the person you think you're in the middle of an interview and you've put the wrong picture in? So, you know, more sets of eyes is always a good thing. We haven't done an issue yet, so I don't know what the sub-editing team are like. I'm sure we're going to pick all things up, but, you know, another set of eyes never goes amiss, and I think Joel trusts me that if he sends me a PDF of the finished mag before it goes to print, if there's anything not right, I'll try my best to pinpoint it. So we cover each other's backs, don't worry about that. Yeah, so that's how it will affect reviews here on the channel. All for the better, I think. As I say, I've not spoken to the publisher directly other than an exchanged message on Bass Chat, but it would be good if they have a YouTube channel, because then I can use the collaborator feature, which will then tie in you guys seeing content from that channel, but also their subscribers seeing stuff from my channel, and then just creates that snowball effect and the channel grows, and hallelujah, that's what we want. Will McFingerdo, hey, good to see you. Great news. Looking forward to the bass shows. Yeah, that's a way off. That's I don't want to talk about all that sort of stuff. It'd be lovely if it happens, but the state of play regarding shows like that, needless to say, what we've done in the past kind of sets a template and a level, and they're very expensive. Now, if the take-up of this mag is such that a show is feasible with names and what have you, then great. You know, everyone would be up for that. But it has to pay for itself. And certainly at the moment, I mean, I'm sure the publisher will know the back history. But we'll see. We'll see. We're at the learning to walk stage at the moment. So, you know, if this all takes off and it just becomes a snowball and a big one, then everything progresses quicker than you think. We'll see, won't we? But you know, as I said to Joel, the fact you've got me involved means we can put all of this forward to the people that follow my channel, which we didn't have before. I didn't have a channel. All I had was Facebook and Instagram. Now we have a dedicated bass channel, and I'm one of the writers. So that can only be a win-win for them and for me. So it's good. Lewis, you're definitely getting this magazine. That's what I like to hear. A positive voice. Well done, sir. Gaz, 2 more wins till that United supporter can get his haircut. Yeah, I bet he was thinking today at 2-2. It's not going to happen, is it? I said to a friend, imagine if Carrick had been in charge at the start of December. We might not have thrown so many points away. We'd be second or third. Anyway, we will see. It's progress. That's what it is. It's progress. So come on in, folks. It's live chat 151 here in Brooks's Bass Corner. Feel free to get involved. If you're watching this after the event, you can still leave comments. I reply to all comments on my videos. And if there's anything in the live chat you want to talk about after the event, then, like I say, leave a comment. Please give the video a thumbs up. Most important thing you can do for me, for the video, for the videos here on the channel, helps to push the video and the channel through the algorithm. Yes, young Will, what's your question? Fire away, young man. Just checking the stream health is all good. Looks to be. I'm just checking the analytics. Everything's looking fine. That's good. How are we doing? Oh, we've had another subscriber. Had 3 of you now this evening. Thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you find some content on here that proves useful. Talked about woods, etc., affecting tone, but do you think fret material makes a difference? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Been through it myself. Fret size is probably more a determining factor. So if you have jumbo frets or thin mandolin frets or anything in between, that can make a difference big time. Ask Lee Sklar, that's why he has mandolin fret wire on all of his basses. But the material, yes. So nickel frets, like nickel strings, it's a softer metal. So if you like a degree of clank and metallic sound in your tone, stainless steel frets are going to be harder wearing, but there's going to be more of a presence in the string tone. If you use nickel frets, it's going to be softer, it's going to be less harsh, but also the downside of nickel frets is they wear down quicker, they grind away, especially if you've got something like a rotor sound round wound steel string. You're going to find string markings and gradual dips in the frets occur a lot more often. Nickel fret wire, I'm going out on a limb here, but in my experience, nickel fret wire just isn't worth having. I've known too many people buy basses that had nickel fret wire and had to have the frets replaced very soon after purchase, maybe within a couple of years. I've got quite a few basses. Some of these I've had 30 years, some, good Lord, not 40, 35, 36 years. None of my basses have been refretted. So take from that what you will, but yes, I do think fret material makes a difference to the tone. Even just a small amount, it will, but more so the fret size, but also the fact that nickel fret wire will wear down quicker than a brass fret or a steel fret. Water Guy, hey, you're 50, just started bass this year. Well, welcome, come on in. You're amongst friends. Feel free to ask any questions. Get involved in the chat if you wish. If we can help with anything, that's what we're here for. Okay. Lewis, really thinking about a new metallic green Fender PJ. Okay. What, having one made custom or just going to the store? Didn't we discuss this the other week? You were saying there wasn't anywhere local with that finish that you could go and try one. You're looking for the classic tone. You need Richard on here. He's a one for that. Looking for the classic tone. Okay. Classic Fender tone. So are you looking for a brand new current bass or an old vintage bass? Stacy, same. Michael Anthony, printed mags are the bomb. Nothing like the smell of a new magazine. She'd know. She used to do graphics for them. Michael Anthony, yeah, I got the Bassist subscription processed. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. It was tricky figuring out what it wanted for an international phone number. I had to enter +1-1 and then the number. Good to know. There you go. Thank you for the heads up. See, this is it. You see, people taking out subscriptions just on the basis that I'm involved. I love it. Fabulous. See, people did read for the 18 years I wrote. They did read what I wrote. I used to have all that stuff up on my Facebook page. I had it all broken down into bass reviews, amp reviews, effects reviews, interviews, the obituaries, all of that. And then I just sort of closed it off. People were, I think certain individuals who will remain nameless were using some of the stuff I had published and then running it through AI for their own means. But anyway, there we are. Those of you who read the stuff over the years, you know what I do. So, and that's what I tried to take from the years of doing that and brought it into this channel. So when I started this channel, the whole thing was about reviews and creating a library of sounds and reviews and demos for people to investigate if they, because we were in COVID, we didn't know we were going to get back out. And if people were buying gear and they couldn't go to a store to try it, why would you pay out £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000, £6,000 on a bass that you couldn't try? So I was trying to create a library of content, not knowing really how much time it took to do that. And then as I realized, no, you kind of need to expand the premise of what the channel's going to be, because that's going to not be for everyone's viewing pleasure. But here we are, 5.5 years down the line, and we're doing okay. Lewis, of the 80 The Cure example, can you flesh that sentence out a little more, Lewis? I don't know what you're meaning there. Gareth, seen an arm video for the Torzal guitars, twisted neck basses. Interesting concept or a gimmick? They've been around for about 20 years. They're not new. It's an interesting concept because back in sort of mid-2000s, late 2000s, there was a big push, which the fan fret Dingwalls and other basses were kind of semi-addressing, which was to, the whole thing for the fan fret thing was A, to give you more scale length, but also more comfortable fretting for your fretting hand. And the Torzal is kind of a variation of that. But obviously you've got the dynamic twist in the timbre. And actually you look at it and go, I couldn't play that. But actually when you've got one in your hands, they're really good. I think they were displayed at the London Bass Show one year. Might have been in the early years, maybe 2011, 2012, 2013. And I played one and it was like, oh, this feels very sort of natural in how it sat on your body and how it felt when you played it. When you looked at it, it's like, this shouldn't work, but it did. So no, not a gimmick. I'd put it down as an interesting concept, and for some people, it's probably the ideal instrument. Torzal has added fan frets to the twisted neck. There we go. You see? So they've taken that on. Someone's just messaged me. What's that? Had an interesting situation the other night. I'll recall this. There we go. Yeah. That's all. All right, it's not a gig. So I was out at this Prince gig the other night, seeing a friend I hadn't seen in 39 years from Scotland, when I used to live up in Scotland. Sat down, having some drinks, chewing the fat. I get a message. Are you available for an ABBA gig tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I am. Right, can I put your number forward? I said, yes, you can. What's the band? Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you when I've got more details. Okay. Waited. Suddenly it's, yeah, I've passed your number on. It's for this band. Someone will call you. It's like, okay. I've had a couple of drinks by this point, so I'm trying to think, get your business head on. You got to think here. Short notice. Haven't played any ABBA since the middle of December, but it's fine. Then found out it was a miming gig. Okay, that helps things. Then got a phone call and took the gig and said to the guy, look, I can play this live if you want me to. He said, well, when you arrive, we'll go through the song list. You play the ones you know, and the ones you don't, we'll put the track on. Fine, okay. Waiting for information. I said, please send me all the details I need via WhatsApp, and I'll pick them up when I get out of the gig I'm going in to watch. And that's fine. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Yep, great, fine, lovely. Got no information. And got home, still no update on my phone. I'm like, something's not right here. Lo and behold, I get home and get a message to say, oh, really sorry, you need to stand down. Someone else in the band has sourced the bass player and didn't relay to me that they had done that. But they sorted that person out before I contacted you. So they, by rights, have first refusal on the gig. I was like, okay, look, no problem. And then yesterday I got contacted by the agent for that band thinking I was on the gig. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I've been stood down. I'm not on it. And actually it worked out. Turns out she's an agent for that band and might be interested in taking on the Uncle Funk projects for some work, possibly. We will see. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It's that time of year. Craziness. But these things happen. So 1 minute you're on the gig, next minute you're not. But I was prepped and ready. I had everything on the way home from the gig I was watching. I was working out, right, got to sort the dog sitter out. You got to run the set before you go. Make sure the dogs are walked in the morning. You need to pack cabs and amps, costume, take some food, doing that whole thing. Anyway, didn't matter in the end. I didn't do it. Lewis, looking for the old band, The Cure, Robert Smith. Right, got you. The early albums definitely had a dead P-bass sound. Highly likely. I think he used to use like Jack Cassidy Epiphones, but they weren't that model. Gibson Rivolis, Epiphone Rivolis. That's what that guy used to use. I remember seeing promo pictures for the strings. You're looking at old semi-acoustic basses with either tape wounds or flat wounds. That's all right, Lewis. Yeah, you just use Google. There'll be loads of stuff. There's probably a YouTube channel dealing with the bass player from The Cure's sound. I'm sure of it. Such a big band. There'll be fans of that. I was never into The Cure at all. Never have been. Yeah. So here we are, 7:20. Brooks's Bass Corner, live chat 151. We're talking basses, bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, cleaning materials, gig bags, strings, anything to do with bass. Great bass albums with great bass playing on. If you've got any problems with your bass, if the gear's not working, try and do setups, maybe building a pedal board, maybe going for your first bass audition, trying to set up a band. If you want to talk about any of the things that I used to do with the bass magazines, Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player Magazine, happy to discuss those. We're talking about the new bass mag, of course. So fire away, put your comments, questions in the comment box at the bottom of the live chat window, and I'll respond to them as quickly as I can. Anyone bought anything new now that we're past the period of taxman annoyance at the end of January? Anyone get a rebate? Maybe you got a very low tax bill and you found some cash in the bottom of your pocket. Or if you're looking to buy something, if I can help, I'm going to be back in the world of bass reviews. We're going to be getting gear through as it comes out, which is great. So as new stuff gets released by the manufacturers, we'll be getting it. The only delay will be that there's always 3 months between each issue. That's the only problem. But it's not a problem because it does mean we'll be able to collate all the best stuff together, hopefully. A lot of these things get determined by launches and distributors and manufacturers getting the stuff to us, and we'll see. We will see. Mike Laney never got into The Cure either, but the creators of the show South Park really love them and they rip on everyone. Excellent. Good. Don't forget you've got the super chat option at the bottom of the live chat window. Love heart. What am I talking about? Dollar symbol in a rectangle. That's the super chat facility. Underneath the video screen, you'll see a row of icons with a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up. Costs you nothing. Helps the channel. Helps the video. Really helps me. Fabulous. But next to that, you'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol in. That's super thanks. Super chat and super thanks work exactly the same. Super thanks exists on every single video here on the channel, of which there are over 1,000 videos. Super chat is just when we're on the live chats, but again, everything you see here on the channel, everything that goes towards making the videos, the lights, the stands, microphones, cables, boom stands, basses, effects, amplification, cameras, leads, chargers, audio interfaces, all the stuff on the maintenance videos, the workshop videos, all of that comes straight out of my pocket. So if you enjoy what we do on here, come on, stop talking so fast, man. If you enjoy what we do here on the channel, feel free to use the super chat facility or the super thanks facility if you wish to contribute to the channel. You don't have to. Watching the videos, getting involved with the channel is free, but everything we create on here basically comes out of my pocket. So if you want to help, very much appreciated in advance. I thank you all. Leo, rebuilding your pedal board for a little rehearsal trip in a place called Munster in France with your school choir. Very good. What's going on that pedal board? Will, have you come across the band The Blossoms? Their bassist Charlie Salt is really doing a good job, especially on the live studio clips. Definitely worth a listen. I will check them out after the live chat. Thank you for the heads up. I think I have seen footage of them at Glastonbury. Is that the same band, The Blossoms? I will check them out. Have no fear. Okay, we've had 3 new subscribers since we went live. See if we've had... Yes, we've had another one. We're up to 5,114 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We've had 267 views this evening on live chat 151. Thank you very much if you're watching. How's young Phil de Hove doing, Mike? Have you been on his live chats lately? Has he started the shows with the, is it Celine Dion he was doing? It was Celine Dion theatre show, as I recall. Leo, tuner, compressor. That's not... I'm doing well tonight. Tuner, compressor, vortex flanger. See, you're catching it now. A vortex fanger. Delay and reverb. Delay and reverb? What are you doing? Are you joining Pink Floyd? Good Lord. You might want to replace one of those with a chorus pedal. That might work a little better for you. Delay and reverb, cripes. Don't hit both of those at the same time. That could be crazy. I'm assuming you need those 2 effects for individual songs. I can't imagine you've got those on all the time. What do I know? I don't know what you're playing, so... and I'm assuming, is that the order you're going in? Tuner, compressor, flanger, delay, and reverb. Yes, that's about right. Yep. Very good, sir. Well done. Yes, for individual songs. Very good. Very good. I was going to say, you have delay and reverb on together. It'll sound like you're underwater. You'll be the bass version of Fergal Sharkey. Which will provide an audio treat, that's for sure. Lewis, your next move is going to cost you dearly. Oh dear, ouch. Pedal board and power bricks, okay. Temple is the brand and Kiox Power $1,200. Have to downsize your collection. Needs must, sir. Needs must. If you're not out gigging with all this stuff, yeah, 1 in, 1 out generally. But okay, well, let us know how you get on with that. I'm sure you'll be a canny shopper. And how are you getting on with that Dingwall? You've had it a while now. All happy with that? Hope so. Hope so. Mine is there. Love it. Thinking there might be a couple of workshop videos coming up shortly. But I need to get the demos that I've been promising for weeks up next. And thank you to all those who watched the gig vlog. Actually, I need to put the links in, don't I? The gig vlog video that went up this week. You know, not last week, on last week's live chat, I put 2 up last week. One went up this week, which was the crazy little thing called Queen Show at South Mill Arts in Bishop Stortford. If anyone's Not seen that. I put it up, I think, was that Tuesday? Wednesday? One or the other. Anyway, that's here if you want to check it out. Playing with the Queen tribute in a theatre. Well, theatre, arts centre. Good show. And what I didn't realise at the time was that the drummer was filming it as well. So we've got 2 camera angles. Snazzy bit of editing from me. Looks great. What's this? Lewis, delay and reverb is awesome together. I can't imagine a time I would ever need that. Like I say, if he's joining Pink Floyd, he'll be well in there. But yeah, Will, how do people manage their levels when using pedals? Think I get it all balanced out at home, but when I turn up to a gig and go through the band's PA, they're all over the shop. Yes, well, this is a story I've recounted on many occasions. So if I stand that way, you'll see in that rack there, the grey thing is actually a Behringer fluorescent, it's a strip light. Underneath that is a unit called a PV Bass Effects, which I bought in 2001. They came out in 1992, 93. It's the bass version of the guitar effects. Great unit. I'd wanted one for years. I wasn't going to go down the individual pedals route. I wanted it all in a rack because at the time I had a Hartkey amp, tuner, effects unit, wireless, all in the rack. Happy days. Found one. Found the floor unit to do all the presses and key presses and what have you. Spent about a month getting all the sounds and patches I wanted together so I could literally just bang through each one as we did the songs in the set. Thought I was the dog's doodahs. I thought, you've cracked it. You've got all the sounds you need. Sounds amazing when you're playing it at home. Got to the gig, didn't hear one effect patch. I didn't understand. The cabinet was mic'd on the gig. I still couldn't hear any of the effects in the fold back or through my bass cabinet. And most disappointed, I have to say. And I actually I wasn't running it via the effects loop. I went bass into effects unit into the amp. And then the sound man took an XLR out of that and mic'd the cab, and I still didn't hear any of the effects. And it taught me a very valuable lesson that you can sit at home and think you've got everything right and everything perfect and don't things sound great. Until you get them out onto a live stage, playing with a band or an artist, you have no idea what that's going to sound like. And then what you need to have is the time and the space to be able to change those parameters, which on a rack mount isn't always the easiest thing on the fly. And you've got the pressure of a quick setup, got to be ready to play within 10-15 minutes. It was a disaster. And I tried it again. I made adjustments at home and it didn't work. And after that, the thing has pretty much sat in a rack for 23 years, 24 years. It's there if I need it, but I just ended up, when we came out of COVID and I needed pedals for the Uncle Funk show, I just went to pedals. Just done that. That's there if I need it. It's there if I need it. I've got the manuals, got the floor unit as well. It's great, but it's the sort of thing you've got to sit in a rehearsal or a sound check and work with and then evaluate that way. So if you're using pedals, which you say you are, it's a learning thing. Don't ever think you'll get it all right on the first time you're using it. You will need to tweak stuff. Again, it's why I like pedals. I can just do it on the fly. I don't use helix stomps and all of that. I don't want to be going through menus and patches, and I just want to find or know what I need. And if it needs more of this or more of that, I can hear it and I can change it. So that's what works for me. But if you're rehearsing with the band you're playing with, then obviously take all that gear to rehearsals and tweak it there, because that's a reasonable approximation of how that band is going to sound live, and also how those effects are going to sound within the context of that band. You may still need to make adjustments at the gig, but it will be far less of the work than it was for me doing all that stuff at home and then getting out on the gig, and it was just like, I can't hear any of it. What was the point? There we go. Hope some of that helps. Got any more questions on that? Ask me. Michael, I think his teaching gig is in a proper school. What are we talking about here? Sorry, I've lost the thread there. There we go. Sorry, I missed that message. Phil DeHov's been teaching piano and bass 5 or 6 days a week and only streamed once in the last 2 weeks. I think Celine Dion tribute gig starts in March. Right, got you. Okay, thank you. I think his teaching gig is in a proper school. I try to be like a proper Brit, saying words like proper. You're like Splendid as well. Splendid goes down very well. Gareth, what audio interface do I use? I'm currently using a PreSonus one. I use the Focusrite Scarlett. Bear with me a moment as I look at the model. It is the Scarlett 2i2. I think it's the version 4. I think. I hope that helps. Lewis, you love your Dingwall. Excellent. The output jack needs some adjustment. There are people who've done videos about replacing the jack on Dingwalls. Still rate it the best I've ever heard or owned myself. Very good. Gaz, thinking of adding an EQ pedal to my board to keep line level the same between your P and your new active P. Well, 20 odd years ago, the best solution for that was the radial bass bone, which allowed you to change levels and EQ for 2 instruments plugged into the same unit but one output. These days, there's loads more options for that. The EBS Microbass lets you do it as well, with all the lovely extras that come on EBS pedals. If you just want an EQ pedal, I love the Boss G7B, which I've got. You might want to look at the Source Audio EQ2, although the EQ1's pretty good, but the EQ2 is the upgraded one. They're not cheap, though. They're about 200 quid secondhand, but it's a lovely pedal. All the Source Audio stuff's great. Just depends what your budget is and what you want that pedal to do. If it's just a case of line selection, there is the Boss line selector pedal, which I think is the LS2. I think. Check it out. You'll message me on Facebook anyway. Throw ideas at me about what you want to do with that. Lewis, right. Only shoegazing and Pink Floyd is the best application for reverb and delay, but I use a tri-parallel mixer to control the wet and send and return levels. No mud in your setup. That's all cool. I've never used a reverb or a delay live with any band. Don't think I've ever used any in studio, but that doesn't mean a producer wouldn't add it. I did have Boss delay on the first Boss multi-effects, which was the BE5B, which I do have, and I will do a video on. Keep meaning to do that and haven't got round to it. But never used it in anger on a gig. Never. In anything I've ever done. So, these things, it all depends what material you're playing, what band you're playing with. If you're in original bands, you can do all this stuff. But if you're doing covers, reverb and delay are for the guitarist. They're not for the bass player, generally, in my experience. But if you're doing prog rock, stuff that's a bit ethereal, bit atmospheric, then absolutely go for it. It's delay and reverb is a very rare effect to use on bass. Correct. I mean, John Taylor from Duran used to use a quickly slap-backed delay when they did Wild Boys live. Then he stopped using the effect to get the delay he was using and did away with it. But I think it was more to do with how they introed the song. But there we go. It is 25 to 8 here in the UK. Live chat 151 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. Hope you're all safe and well. I realise on the vertical stream you've just got me in the corner. I should be in an REM song. If you want me to get rid of that Bass Mag cover, I'll do that. But no one has said to do it. You might enjoy that more than looking at me, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Gaz, I use fuzz occasionally, so do I, actually more than occasionally. Chorus and phaser occasionally. Yeah, I use phaser more than chorus these days, but hardly use effects. That's okay. For years I didn't at all, really, apart from the odd octave now and again. Michael, speaking of ethereal bass, are you familiar with bassist Steve Lawson? I am, because he's one of the writers at the magazine. Yes, I'm very au fait with young Steve. He will be there. He will be there. As will Stuart Clayton. As will Ryan Medora. Lewis, don't sleep on the Electro Harmonix tri-parallel mixer and the Empress EQ and bass compressor. The Empress stuff is great. Graham Potts, if anyone wants to purchase a Source Audio EQ2, I do actually have one. I'm looking to rehome. No, that's not a hijack. How much do you want for that? You've never heard of a tri-parallel mixer. Mike, Lewis Wingrove is a man of technology. There's things to do with effects I have no concept of. He knows all about this stuff. So if you've got any questions you want to ask about effects use, Lewis is your man. Yes, Graham. How much for the Source Audio EQ2? I'm assuming you have the box and all the associated box candy that goes with it. Let me know. What's work like with you at the moment, Graham? It's really quiet over this way. I've had 3 gigs potentially come up this month, and all 3 haven't ended up coming my way. One was a gig that the client didn't book, so I got put on standby, and then the gig didn't get booked anyway. Another was I got asked to step down from a gig, which I assume means that band found a cheaper bass player, which is up to them. That's their prerogative. And then I had the one for last night, which was a poor communication amongst band members, but there we go. It's very quiet. Very quiet. This current rate, I won't be gigging till the end of April. Which is fine. It means the mag gets a clear run, of course, and the channel gets a clear run with me editing and publishing videos. Lewis, correct. My pedal board is for home entertainment. No band wants that in the middle. Well, it happens. It happens. You do what makes you happy, young man. Gareth, you've only had 1 gig this month. Did you do your retirement home gig today? Was there one today? Let us know. So if anyone's got any questions about anything, any of the content you've seen here on the channel, let me know. I did put up the other day, I think it was on Friday, that it was 10 years since I interviewed Billy Sheehan at the Forum in Kentish Town when he was playing there with the Winery Dogs. He had a stinking cold. I do remember it. I remember it vividly. It was like, I don't really want to shake your hand, and I had to wash my hands immediately after I left. But somehow, by hook or by crook, he put on an absolute barnstorming show that night. I remember it. I've still got the audio recording of the gig and the interview. And the band were on fire. They'd only done, I think, 1 or 2 shows in the middle of Europe. And the night before, they'd been in Luxembourg and then travelled, I think, on the ferry across overnight or in the morning. And it was the middle of winter. I mean, not great. You know, you got a stinking cold. Weather's grim. It was horrible that day. It was pouring with rain, freezing cold. But they put on an absolutely killer show. And I just can't believe 10 years have passed by. It's like, oh, crike. It feels like it was about 3 years ago, to be fair. Let's see what we got here. Graham, yes, have all the bits, etc. Still has the plastic on the screen for any Brooksy subscribers, 150. Oof. Let me have a think about it. I'll message you. I'll message you on Messenger. So it's still got all the bits and it's got the adapter. Right. I'll come back to you a little later. Zumaz back. Good to see you. Anyone else excited about the new JHS Morning Glory? I think I'm grabbing it. No. So JHS Morning Glory. That'll be a pedal, no doubt. Hope it's nothing to do with your bedroom escapades. Morning Glory Overdrive. Okay. Completely transparent drive. Okay. I'll check it out later, young man. Apparently, according to JHS Pedals, the Morning Glory Clean gives you the stiffness and authority of a high wattage amp at the edge of breakup. I'll just leave that there. Thank you very much. And we'll move swiftly on. You'll think you'll grab it. I'm sure you are. Don't like the way this is going. Gareth, 2 p.m. start, 60 minutes set, nice and easy. Oh, good. Okay, very good. Excellent. So you had 1 gig last month and 1 gig this month. Excellent. There we go. Start as you mean to go on. Fabulous. Right, there we are. Okay, so if anyone's got any more questions about the new mag, feel free to put them in the live chat window. If you want to talk about basses, anything to do with bass guitars, gear, players, tracks on great albums. You want to talk about the new magazine, the old magazines, plural. Fire away. Don't forget to hit the emoji button. Super chat facility is there at the bottom of the live chat window. Super thanks is there in the row of icons underneath the video window. And you'll find affiliate links and merch links in the description box. And as I said earlier, and I'll repeat it again, all Brooks's Bass Corner merch up until midnight tonight is 30% off. Graham, you're welcome to try it first. Just PM when you get a chance. I will. I'll message you later after the live chat. Lewis, the Electro-Harmonics is an analog mixer. Control the wet, dry levels, send and return levels and phase 90. Okay, some effects like parallel, some like series. That's true. This device gives control ×3. There you go. Like I say, Mike, you want to talk pedals and tech, Lewis is your man. He knows this stuff. I love that Flea quote on the cover, jazz musicians scare me. I'm sure they feel the same about him, to be fair. Yeah, all the content that's listed there, I know nothing about. I haven't seen any of it. I'm assuming this is all stuff Joel has prepped in advance. I don't know. We will see. We will see. Gaz, yeah, his new solo material is jazz. Yes, you weren't impressed, were you, Gaz? It's what you'd seen and heard. I'm sure he will be appearing in the new mag at some point soon. So we haven't yet kind of discussed the interview situation. I'm sure Joel will be doing the bulk of those, but I'm hoping there will be a few come my way, which, like I say, will re-establish connections with a few of the let's do that bass glitterati, which could lead to them doing interviews for me here on the channel. Again, we will see. All these things are to be determined yet, so we'll find out as time progresses. But it's all good. It's all positive stuff. Let's see if we have any more subscribers. We've had 4 since we went live. Have we got any more? Any more? No, none yet. That's fair enough. We've had, oh my word, 338 views. Thank you very much, folks. Good to have you along on Sunday. We do this live chat every Sunday evening. 6 o'clock UK time. We run for 2 or 3 hours. What's that? Lewis, now if you have 9 time-based effects on a chain, oh my word, you have better things to do than stomping 9 buttons. Correct. Correct. Gaz, mind you, Flea was a jazz trumpet player before he took up bass. We'll blame that then, shall we? Yeah, I haven't seen any more announcements regarding his solo band live show here in the UK in May. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an interview with him around that time going forward for a later edition in the mag. We'll see. We will see. Lewis, try the mixer if you have too much going on. That's your advice. Okie dokes. Okie dokes. I need to have one of those pedals in order to do that. It's not the sort of thing I'd go out and buy, because I probably wouldn't use it. Certainly not on the gear I'm using. So I keep things relatively simple in that respect. I run one signal, and on Uncle Funk I have a small board. There will be the larger board will be coming back into use this year. And that's a video in itself. So be prepared for a workshop video where I'm piecing my pedal train board back together with everything I need, and then having the smaller board for like Queen shows and what have you, and ABBA, where I don't need a lot of effects, but there's a couple of things I can use. Improves the sonics of the bass delivery, if you know what I mean. Gareth, if you have that many pedals, would it be easier to use a MIDI switcher? Possibly, but again, you've got to then go into all the programming it all up. Some people love all that. They love the geekiness of sitting in a room and just playing for hours and hours and hours, sorting all their patches out. I don't. I did, like I say, I did it for the PV bass effects. I'm not something I want to repeat. I'd much rather have pedals that I can instantly hear what's going on. And if something isn't right or isn't the way I want it to sound, I can instantly make that adjustment. I haven't got to go scrolling through screens of options and take things out and add things in. Some people love it. I don't. It's not for me. Michael, Gaz, that's a fun fact indeed. Flea was a jazz trumpeter. Certainly was. Certainly was. There we are. Just checking that. That's all good. Stream health is what I want. The stream is healthy and the health is excellent. Very good. Okay, we will go with that. Has anyone bought anything new? What's on the shopping list? Anyone looking for anything at the guitar show? Because obviously there's going to be a floor. I think it's the upper floor is going to be bass only. So some of that new NAMM stuff will no doubt be appearing. I know Bass Direct are going to be there amongst other retailers. So and as I said, people, bass players attending the guitar show, you'll have your opportunity to pick up a free copy of that sample collectible, no less, sample issue of the new magazine. What's that? Gaz, try to rewatch Rick Beato's Flea interview, but all the jazz talk went over your head. I get that. Zuma, you just bought the Morning Glory clean. You keep that information to yourself. So what's the output schedule on your channel? When do you think we're looking at in the calendar to do our next video, young man? Month? Couple of weeks? More than a month? Got to be pleased with those views and the comment counts. Excellent. Wish I had that many comments on my videos. But as we said, you do anything Duran based, it suddenly people just flock towards it. It's great. 2 weeks, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, there's no rush. We're not. I mean, the thing to be in rush about was the Power Station box set, and now that's out. Doesn't matter. There's no point of rushing. We'll go at our own pace. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put the links up. So Zuma and I have done a series, or we've started a series of Duran, what would you call it? Reviews, kind of. We're talking, we're basically going through the history of the band album by album. Let me just get to Zumaz channel. I'll put the links up. So we've done 2 videos. We've got this one. This is number 1. That's number 1. And then this is number 2. You'll be monetized before you know it, Zuma. And they seem to be quite popular, which is great. Zuma, 2 flocks of Duranis are better than 1. Correct. Couldn't agree more. Lewis Wingrove, digital has no magic. Analog artifacts will not be present with digital, but you do need some digital love to keep analog in check. Your setup has magic. UFO, totally inspirational. Ah, you bought that Source Audio artifact pedal. Has that arrived? Any good? Gareth, just woodshedding Power Station's cover of Get It On for a band you're depping with later this month. We can take all the treble and mids out for a start. My complaint with that whole album is I hate the bass mix. Because apart from some Like It Hot and maybe one other song, you really can't hear a lot of bass on it. It's there. It's just the way it's mixed. But for Get It On, you can just take off all the treble and mids until you get to the little bass break in the middle. Enjoy. Enjoy. Hope your guitarist can do a good Andy Taylor impression. And don't let him play it like T-Rex. You can't, it's very hard to combine those 2 different versions. They don't sit right. I did that once with a band. We had the guitarists were trying to play, well, one guitarist trying to play it like T-Rex, one playing it like Power Station. And me and the drummer were caught in the middle, and it was like, you guys have to have a chat and decide how you're going to play this, because what we play as the rhythm section is not going to fit if one of you doesn't adjust. So take your pick. Lewis, this is the reason why them pedal manufacturers are rich. They bait you with the analog. It's magic, really. Very good. So tell me about your Source Audio artifact pedal. I'm assuming that has arrived since last week. I would hope so. While we're at it, let's just quickly check what the Spurs Man City score was, because live chat went live just as that was starting to a slanky scorpion kick. Oh, did they pull it back? 2-2. Oh dear, City. Well, I shouldn't laugh. We were at 2-2 going into extra time. So, wow. Well, didn't we do well? Arsenal will be loving that. Villa lost. City drew. And we won, but we're bringing up the rear in terms of the chasing pack. Yeah. As I said, if Carrick had been in charge since December, early December, we might be a bit closer there. We dropped so many points. What might have been, hey. There we go, another wasted season. Zuma, forget it on a recommended pick, of course, unless you're going to go nuts and do Bernard's chucking technique. You might have blood on your hands if you do that. That's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. And it takes a lot of practice. Okay, it's coming up towards 8 o'clock here in London. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope your bass playing's going great. If you've been gigging over the weekend, tell us where you've been playing. Who you've been playing with. In terms of music, of course. I don't want to know the rest of it. Gareth, true bypass or buffered pedals? True bypass, I think. For me, you need at least one buffered pedal if you have a big board so your tone doesn't drop. I've never had that. When we first came out of lockdown, I started using the bigger board with Uncle Funk before I realised there were too many pedals on that board for what I needed. I didn't notice the tone dropping. I think it depends on the effects you're using and maybe the band you're in. Because in Uncle Funk, I've got to produce a full-on bass tone. Yet nothing I used was robbing tone as far as I'm aware. Not that I noticed. I certainly didn't notice it in my ears. And when I stopped using the big board and went to the smaller one, I didn't notice a change in tone. Maybe I just picked good pedals. I don't know. Lewis, now you're on your way out of this rabbit hole called pedals. I will have to go multi-effects processing unit just to save money. The good stuff is $300 to $500 each. Yes, it is. And the rest. So, yeah. Yeah. It is a rabbit hole, this stuff. You end up chasing your tail. I bet within about 3 years you'll be back on pedals. But, again, you're not playing live, you're playing at home for your own enjoyment, so maybe you won't. Please don't get into this effect game. No way out. Save yourself. It's cheaper. Like I say, for years I didn't use any pedals. I had loads of them, I just didn't use them. And now with the channel, it's you've got to do it. So yeah, there's sense in the madness here for me anyway. Not so sure for you, Lewis. See if we've got any messages on the community tab. I don't think we have. That I haven't responded to. No, it's all good. Any new mentions? No, I'm up to date with all Zumaz mentions, so that's good. Yeah, we're on top of everything. Good. That's all fine. Yep. That's saying 18 viewers. That's not saying 18 viewers though. That's all fine. Yep. Lewis, just play the bass guitar, your new motto. You've got a very nice dingle and some nice amplification. The pedals are just icing on top. They're for the fun. The bass and the amplification is where the meat and potatoes of it all is. If you've got any questions regarding new bass Mac, feel free to fire away. If I can help, I will. That's what I'm here for. I can't guarantee to know everything about it at the moment because we're still sorting some bits out. Although not at my end, I've been told what I need to do, so I know what I've got to deliver. Like I say, the new mag won't be available in stores. You need to buy a subscription from the publisher. But it's up to you whether you opt for the paper-based version or the digital version. And there will be a significant amount of online digital content as well. So, which is what I'm kind of working on. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see if I can do this without showing you the complete mess in my office, but then we are in the middle of filming. So here's one of the new rigs. It's a brand new PV 6x10 cabinet and a new version. It's like a kind of Class D mini version of the old PV gear from the 80s. I tell you, it sounds absolutely fab. So if you're watching Barnes and Mullins or PV, yeah, I'll give you the heads up. It sounds fabulous. Those 6 controls to the right are like fine-tuning frequency controls. So you set up with a basic bass, middle, treble. I think, was it 2 mids? No. Bass, middle, treble, and a master volume. And then you've got your separate gain and overdrive controls. And then you have 6 frequency controls. So it's like having a graphic, but it's on a dial control, and it sounds fab. And not that expensive. I was surprised. I was really surprised. And the cabinet is hefty, but not backbreaking. But there we are. Lewis, the new pedal is awesome. Need to try on the new rig. Yes. Yes. What are your favourite settings? I haven't got the artifact. I've just seen sort of review videos of it. What are your thoughts? Zuma, you want that? You want that, do you? You can't have it. You'll have to go and buy one. Well worth trying out, though. But you're not going to buy a 6x10 to just sit at home and noodle about, are you? Really? But it does sound quite fab. Lewis, that geek stuff is one of my passions in life. I should have been a guitar technician, quite, and a sound engineer if you'd followed your heart. There's always time. There's always time for these things. Always time. So come on in, folks. It's just gone 8 o'clock here in London town. This is Live Chat 151 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. We're talking bass guitars, bass players, great gear, basses, effects, amps, all the accessories, all the cleaning stuff. Oh, tipping the old camera. Just bear me a moment, folks. We need to drop that down, and those can go up, and then we get a better visual, don't we, Michael John? There we are. Better. Yeah. Let's see what you said there. Lewis, I have more experience in working on these instruments than playing. Welcome to that rabbit hole. Stacey, yes, Lewis, life is second, third, and fourth. Fourth act. Zuma, you're right about not really using it. However, it would make a hell of a video backdrop. You need to get in touch with Peavy over your way. Do a review on your channel. And then film as much as you can while you've got it at your place. But as you and I both know, Zuma, good intentions don't necessarily result in practicality. And those things don't happen. But the thought's there. So what do we know, people? What do we know? If you've watched the gig vlogs lately, thoughts, recommendations, anything you liked, anything you didn't like, any tips for making them more viewer friendly, anything you'd like to see me go into in more depth on the gig vlogs. It's a balancing act, because I have to try and think, what would people who aren't bass players want to see? But at the same time, I've got to think what you find people want to see on a gig vlog. So it's a balancing act. It's like spinning plates. I've got to try and gauge it right. Stacey, you're down with the 2 camera angle strategy. Yeah, in an ideal world, I'd do that every gig. It worked on that gig because the drummer set up a CYA camera. If you're wondering what CYA means, it's a cover your ass camera. So if anything went wrong or there was a dispute over something that happened on stage during the show, if you've got a cover your ass camera filming it all, it makes it a lot easier to dispute something if someone claims after the event that something happened. If you can provide video evidence that it didn't, or that it did, that's the reason for it. So that drummer records every gig he's on. And he gave me a link through to the downloaded file. I'd love that on every gig I do. And going ahead, it's something I could try and do, but some of the gigs, it's just not feasible. Like, even sometimes just getting one camera set up is hard. It's like, where do you go? Where can I capture stuff? I'm also very aware that I don't want to put it somewhere where it's going to get stolen. So, which is why I try and keep it on stage, but then that kind of limits the view, which is what happened with the Decades of Dance show that I put up last Sunday. You've just literally got a view of me from the side of the stage. So, but there we are. Lewis, you only purchased it for an old-fashioned record. Lo-fi idea you have. Yeah, I get it. Stacy, he'd have the proof. Exactly. Exactly that. Exactly that. Did I put up that second? I did put up the second link for the second video, didn't I? Of Zumaz channel. Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah. So as we said earlier, next video up on Zumaz series, our series, will be Rio. It's the big one, of course. Just check everything's fine here. Oh, another subscriber. Thank you very much. We've had 5 since this live chat started. Thank you very much. Hope you find some content here on the channel that works for you. We have had 389 views. Thank you very much, folks. There's young Leo. Delay on your pedal board is because we are doing ours by the window with the choir. Right, fine. Oh, you definitely need that. Yeah. That goes without saying, of course. Don't forget, at the bottom of the live chat window, folks, you've got the emoji icon. Feel free to give that a pummeling. Please give the video a thumbs up on the thumbs up icon underneath the video. And in the live chat window, next to the emoji link, we've got the super chat facility. So if you want to help the channel financially, you can. Super chat is there. We've also got super thanks underneath the video, which is the dollar symbol in the love heart. That exists on every single video here on the channel because we're a monetized channel. So if you want to help the channel, push the video along through the algorithm, you can make a donation to the channel if you wish to do so. In the description box, you'll find links to Brooks's Bass Corner merch. So t-shirts, hoodies, mouse mats, caps, mugs, glasses, cases for phones, cases for iPads, all sorts of stuff. 170 items, 15 different designs, 30% off until midnight tonight. You've got just under 4 hours. If you've been thinking about buying some Brooks's Bass Corner merch, I haven't seen a 30% off discount probably since March last year. So again, if you're thinking of buying some merch, help the channel, help me. Links are in the description box below. Let's just check that. That's all. Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. And that's all going splendidly too. Excellent. Stacey, have I ever mounted a camera on my headstock? No, but it's very easy to do these days. GoPro-ish. No, I haven't. But yet, like I say, it's relatively easy to do all that. The problem is, on most of the stages I'm on, although it probably work on the Queen stage, is that with Uncle Funk, there's so many of us on the stage and moving around constantly. It's just an accident waiting to happen. If I was at the back, not moving, like the Decades Dance show, I could probably do that. But yeah, we'll see. It's an idea. That's an idea. I think the other thing is you inevitably get someone that messages on the video, I feel sick watching that video, because they get the old seasickness from the constant motion. But that's a possibility. Leo, go and do that on a status. Yeah. Well, you clip it on at the bottom of the body, wouldn't you? And go up the neck. Lewis, it's neat, nice. Sorry, it's niche and worthless in a general sense. We're talking about the Source Audio Artifact pedal. By the way, my pedal board will be able to run guitar and bassline simultaneously. Is one standard I demand. It's for my buddies enjoy when jamming. Okay, right. Understood, sir. Understood. We are talking everything bass here, so feel free, if you're watching, you'd like to contribute, type your comment, question in the chat box in the live chat window, press send, and it'll appear here in the feed, and we will discuss it with you. If you're looking for some advice, bass related, happy to help. If you want to talk about the new bass mag that you see there on your screen, new UK bass mag being launched. The sample issue comes out at the end of February. First proper issue, issue number 1, will be available in May. Lewis, I would have been done a year ago if it was just a bass guitar pedal board. Very good. Very good. That board will be worth a few bob. Oh, the old glass has gone wonky. There we are. It's better. I can see the world now. Anyone up to any gigs next weekend? What you got coming up? What's on the scoreboard? Well, I can open the floor and ask you anything you'd like to see in the new bass mag going forward. I can't guarantee we'll use any of the suggestions, but I can certainly put them forward to the editor for consideration. What would you like to see in your ultimate bass mag? Anything that we didn't do in the previous mags? See, I always wanted to do more head-to-head things with gear, but I know it ruffles feathers, and I know manufacturers and distributors get the right hump when you do it. But I think it's good for the viewing public. But clearly, the advertisers basically pay the advertising revenue, so to a degree, what they say goes. But yeah, if you've got any ideas for things you'd like to see, post away, and like I say, I'll pass them on to the editor, and he can take it from there. Stacy, Michael Anthony, I've matched the Bassist US subscription. There we go. Goodness me. Well done, folks. Like I say, we will do our very best. We will do our best. There won't be any cut corners. Not that there was before. It was just the sheer workload of producing a magazine of that size every single month. Yeah, it kind of ate into your energy reserves. I was a younger man then. I'm an older man now, but we aren't producing an issue a month. It's once every 3 months, which we can manage. So it's all good. And it's good in the sense that it won't drain my attention to the channel, because it's not like we're trying to produce a mag and then everything else in life on top of that. This is like we've got 3 weeks between issues, and the only downside to that is that news and developments and new launches happen really quick. So I mean, I've no input yet with the online social team and all of that, so they need to do their bit in keeping all the launches and gear announcements up to date as quick as gear comes out. But with regard to the reviews, we'll just turn everything around as quick as we can. KingBase42, do I know you? All we see is your handle. I don't know what your YouTube screen name is. I'm playing at church for the next 2 weeks. Is it classed as a gig using your TC? Is that young Andy Stratford? You said you weren't coming on the live chats anymore, but you are most welcome, of course. I'm playing at church for the next 2 weeks. Is it classed as a gig using your Yes. Although generally my perception of a gig is a paying gig. But then I did gigs when I first started where I wasn't paid. But it's a gig. Gig's a gig, isn't it? Evening, young man. Good to see you. Zuma was asking about you last week. Ladies and gents, Mr. Andy Stratford's there. Give him a very warm welcome. There he sees. There. Amongst friends, young Andy. Amongst friends. Good to have you back. Happy New Year. And a new bass mag coming your way. As I said, been in touch with Billy Sheehan, been in touch with Mark King, been in touch with Nathan East. All gave the big thumbs up and the party emoji on WhatsApp, so it's all good. It's all good. It is coming up 8:20 here in London town, here in the UK. It's live chat 151. We're talking basses, everything to do with basses, gear, Lewis's pedal board. Andy Stratford's appeared, Zuma's here, Stacey's here, Leo's here. They're all in. They're all in. So if you've got any questions about basses, bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, bass players, strings, cases, gig bags, pedal boards, cleaning materials, anything to do with bass, put it in the live chat window, press send, and we'll deal with it as soon as we see it. I've strung that can of Diet Coke out for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not bad going, is it? Lewis, you'll be 10 grand deep in money when you're done, just between the bass guitar and the amp. My job is to just play this dingwall directly while I'm working on the project. Good for you. I told you that dingwall, you'd love it. Told you that would happen. They've had some new gear come out at NAMM. Again, now that we've got the mag, I'm hoping I'll see Sheldon Dingwall sooner than later when he's next over here. He'll probably be here for the guitar show. So as I said, I don't know at the moment if I'm going to be at the guitar show. I know Joel is, and I know the publisher will be. It just depends on whether I've got gigs that weekend or not, but we'll see. It'll be my luck I get a gig in Birmingham, in which case, great, we'll do both. But we'll see how it all pans out. It's a couple of weeks away yet, so. So, Zuma, you say you've ordered that pedal? Is it just that you've ordered it, or has it arrived? Or have you ordered it while we're here on the live chat? The Morning Glory. Not well titled. Who ever thought of that? I'm curious. You've pre-ordered it just after you made that first comment. Okay. Okay. So when's it due to land? What's the release date? Andy, will there be a siren at the bass show and everyone is bashing out basses at all the stands? I don't know. It's part of the guitar show. So the bass stuff is upstairs and the guitars are down. I don't know that the bass section of it is going to be as huge as like we had at the London Bass Show and everything. And I've never been to the guitar show, so I don't know what policies they put in place for that. I would imagine, and I didn't hear too many detrimental comments from last year's show on the forums and people that attended, so I'm hoping not. I don't know. I've never been, so we'll see. We'll see. If I go, I'll be taking earplugs. That goes without saying. Zuma, hopefully sooner than when I get my Power Station CD. Has that still not arrived? That's bad form. I thought all that got released last week. Although I did see posts that some people hadn't received theirs, but... Did you like that picture I sent you of John Taylor looking at an absolute state? It's got to be from late 80. Maybe it was 87 into 88. Maybe. It wasn't looking great, was it? I found that the picture appeared on Facebook on one of the Duran feeds, and JT looked dreadful. It was a long time ago. Clearly having an off day. Didn't know he was going to get photographed. I mean, back then we didn't have camera phones. We didn't have mobile phones. Really. So, Zuma, how many hours do you now need? I know I asked you this the other day. How many hours are you off being monetized? Oh, Stacey's asking you where you ordered your Power Station CD from. Lewis, this Dingwall showed me the value of a good instrument. My project would have been lesser without your Dingwall. I'm in love with Dingwall, but probably the only customs I'll pay for in future. Custom Dingwall now, you're looking, well, depending on what your spec is, but you're looking at $4,000 to $5,000 upwards. If you think the bass you've got is lovely, try a Z3 if you can find somewhere that's got one. A Z3 will blow your mind. Honestly. Zoom says, let me check. And you ordered Power Station on Amazon. You didn't use a Brooks's Bass Corner link. You should have asked me. I'd have provided you a link, hey. Could put that in the audio section of the store. Let's just check in, see how we're doing. We were up to 5 new subscribers last time I checked. Where are we now? 7. They're coming in floods. Well done, folks. Thank you to the new subscribers. Hope you find some content here on the channel that works for you. Thank you for getting on the bus. Enjoy the journey. Tickets, please. Yep, that's all fine. That's all going okay. That's all done too. Stream health, where are we? All good. Super. Grand. That's fine. We're looking there. Yep, that's fine. Good. Right, Lewis, what you said. That said, I really want a total Canadian Dingwall custom, just a dream. You probably don't want to order that before his lordship vacates the presidency and whoever comes in afterwards scraps all those tariffs. You don't want to be paying the tariffs on a Dingwall at the moment. They're hefty. Zuma, just under 3,500 hours in the last 365 days. Folks, we need to get Zuma over 4,000 hours of watch time. Please go and visit his YouTube channel and just let some videos play. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to watch them. But if everyone watching Brooks's Bass Corner just run one of those Duran videos and just let it run. And if a couple of hundred of you did that, it's basically going to allow Zuma to monetize. So if I give you his channel, come on, there we go. Folks, visit Zuma's channel, let a video run. Let's try and get him over monetization line, shall we? The poor love, he's been at it since 2007. If we can do that, then hopefully on next week's live chat, he can say, I monetized. There we are. Stacey, you went through Rhino Records and looking for delivery date now. Okay. Zuma, and maybe if I do a bit of strip club content, not with your legs, the voice, yes, but not the legs, with your Morning Glory. No, too much info. That's an image I don't really want to have to remove from my brain. So I'd rather not be presented with it in the first place. But there we are. So yes, folks, please do me the great honor and check out Zuma's channel and just run one of those Duran videos. It's nearly an hour. Just let it run in the background. I'd really appreciate it. Lewis, I got permanent status at Haas, so the bonus checks will fund that dream. Your hard work at 53. There you go. Good stuff. Stacey, don't wind him up. It's coming up towards 8:30, folks. We're going to run till about 9 o'clock. So have you got any more questions? Put them in the live chat window, press send, and we'll get through them as we do. Feel free to give the emoji icon a complete pummeling, please. That would help. Feel free to use the super chat option, which is the rectangle with the dollar symbol. Helps the channel, helps me, pushes the video through the algorithm. If you contribute to the channel, it all gets fed back into the channel. We can do more things, more subscriptions that I need to purchase and what have you. Brooksy's Bass Corner merch affiliate in description box. 30% off until midnight. Providing, well, here in London, it's nearly 8:30, so you've got 3.5 hours. If you're on London time, if you're later than that, you'll have less. And if you're behind that, then you'll have more. But all Brooksy's Bass Corner merch, 30% off until midnight tonight. Magic Mike Bass Corner. Yeah, I'd get shut down very quick. Stacey, we'll do on running Zuma vids. We'll get you there. There you are. You'd appreciate any and all watch time. Of course, the problem is you're on the moving 365-day timescale. So all the views you acquired on this day last year, you need to have more. But yeah, you know how it works. It's a rolling scale. So if he acquired 100 views on the 1st of February last year, he needs to acquire 100 views plus one to be in the positive, if that makes sense. I got very lucky that I monetized mine in 16 months, but it was hard work in that final month because I knew if I didn't monetize, I was going to lose all the views I acquired from running the Trace Elliott competition that happened in December 2020, and I couldn't afford to lose those. And I managed to push and push and push, and we got monetized in 16 months. Whew, that was a day. Lewis, it helps to love what you do. Yes, easy money for you. Good for you, sir. Michael Anthony just had to run up the grocery store. Did you get us a bar of chocolate? What do you mean, no? In the car, weather report was playing Barbary Coast. There we go. I said that last week. 100% Jaco. So good. Yes, super. Super track. I was probably, knowingly, the first track I heard with Jaco playing. But what I didn't realise was I already knew Birdland because it was used as incidental music on TV shows through the 80s. And when I first borrowed a copy of Heavy Weather, I kept hearing about this track, Birdland, which was like one of Jaco's signature tracks to play on. And I heard it. I thought, well, I know this song. I've heard this on TV loads of times. And didn't realise, obviously, over time I'd heard it loads. But there we go. But Barbary Coast was the first time I heard Jaco playing, knowing that was him playing. It was a pivotal moment. I was like, he's rather good. Listen to that. That whole album, Black Market's my favourite Weather Report album by a long stroke. I said before, I think I said it a couple of weeks ago on the live chat, that is the album I put on when I'm writing content, because I go into, I don't know, the brain goes into another place and I just write. If I haven't got it on, I kind of struggle a bit. But once I've got that album on and we're up and running, I can write for hours. It's great. What do we call a grocery store in England? Depends. Supermarket for the bigger ones. Corner shop if it's a small place. Grocery store. Yeah. Shop. That's about it. There's not too many variations, to be fair. But the big places are supermarkets, so you tend to say what the brand is. So if you're going to Sainsbury's, you're going to Sainsbury's. If you're going to Tesco's, it's Tesco's. All that sort of thing. Corner shop. Well, there's a lot of corner shops here. It's all good. It's all good. Let's just check the analytics, check we're all firing. We are. We have had, good Lord, 440 views. Thank you very much, folks. Top banana, as always. Excellent stuff. Fine work, as always. Keith Doherty, what do you think about Laney East DB Pre? All good. Yeah. I have historical memories of Laney being cheap, unreliable gear. They kind of had a resurgence. When was that? 2021, 2022. I'm surprised that Nathan East is their endorsee. I know why. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to work out why. Like a lot of these named players, cash talks, and the years are flying by, and record royalties are dwindling, if there's any left. So they have to go down all these routes. I haven't had one to test, so I can't really give an opinion until I've tested it. The newer Laney stuff, the newer pedals, the newer amps are really good. I did a review of the Digbeth and the pedals, but the pedals never got published, sadly, the reviews. Until I've tried one, Keith, I won't say anything because I just don't know. But hopefully we will get one at the mag for review and testing, and once I know, I'll tell you. But we'll see. We'll see. But this is the joy. This is the exciting thing with the new magazine. We're going to have all this new gear coming to us, which is the way it always used to be. And as I've said before, when we used to do the bass shows, the London bass shows, I would use those shows to literally get a year's worth of reviews lined up ahead of anything else coming out. So there was always a constant conveyor belt of content for me to write. And now that's going to just be a real bonus for the channel, because that stuff's going to go up on my channel 6 to 8 weeks after the last magazine is published. So it's good. It's good for me, good for you guys. You're going to get all that stuff. So I won't be able to present the video review immediately. We've got to wait until the mag that it's featured in has been out, and then been out for a certain period of time. But it's all good. It's all good. Stacey, you discovered Birdland off a spoof of it called Nerdland, which I took offence, of course, on a local radio station. For something like that, I learned about Birdland. Go figure. I hope you then went and checked out the album, Heavy Weather. And if you didn't, then you need to be doing that. That's a prerequisite. But I still think Black Market is the better album. Although it's not all Jaco, it's Alfonso Johnson. And there's an interview I need to publish up on the channel. It's 10 years ago. Oh, God. 10 years ago, I interviewed Alfonso Johnson at the Warwick Base Camp. And yeah, we had a good old chat, actually. Good old chat. He was a lovely guy. Very happy to sit, talk bass, have a beer. Grand. I sat in on a couple of his tuition lessons. It was great. Really good. You couldn't come out of a lesson with him and not have learnt something. It was one of those. I know you did. Very good. Very good. But yeah, very nice guy. Had a lot to talk about and discuss, of course. As you would. I mean, God, his career is huge. You had to figure out where the song came from. Gotcha. So it is, oh my word, 8:37 here in the UK. This is live chat 151, coming in from Brooksy's Bass Corner here in London. Hope you're well. We're talking bass guitars for another 23 minutes. Bass guitars, bass gear, bass amps, bass effects, great bass players, the whole shooting match. So if you've got any questions, any comments, put them in the live chat window, press send, and we'll respond as quick as we can. Super chat facility is at the bottom of the live chat window. Please give the live chat a thumbs up. One of those. Very much appreciated. It's free for you guys to do that. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the video, really helps the channel, helps us as content creators, pushes the content through the algorithm. So that's why we ask another subscriber. Thank you very much, whoever you are, number 5118. Super. Hope you enjoy the channel. Hope you find some content you find useful. Welcome aboard. Let's see if we've got any community tab messages. Roll. We're all good. Okie dokes. Just checking everything's all fine. Everything's working. Oh, we got a message there. What are your thoughts on the pricing of the Walrus Mantle pedal? Yannick Guazala seemed very perturbed by some critics of the price. I know nothing about that pedal at the moment. I'll tell you why, because I've had my head in getting this new magazine sorted out and up and running and doing the content for it. Send me some details of that. What the Walrus Mantle pedal. Is Yannick something to do with it? I don't know what it is. Is the Walrus Mantle a brand or is that the product? It seems expensive. Bass preamp DI pedal. Here we go. Let's see what this says. I'm on Anderton's page. The Mantle is a premium too many adverts, Anderton's. It's a premium preamp DI for electric bass, creating coast collaborate. Is there anything coming out that isn't created in collaboration with Ian Allison? I'm getting a bit bored of it now, to be fair. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. I've not met him. We've had no conversations or communication. 720 quid for a bass preamp DI pedal. If you're going to get value out of it, if you're in studios a lot or you're on gigs and you can justify that, then fabulous. I will happily take a look at one if someone wants to send me one. Ian, Walrus Audio, if someone wants to send one to Brooksy's Bass Corner to check out, or you want to send one to the Bassist Mag and put it for my attention and I'll check it out. I can't give an opinion on something until I've tried it. It's no point. No point. What are my thoughts on the pricing? I think that's very expensive for a preamp pedal. For that has to be studio quality. So if you're in and out of studios and you make loads of money doing studio sessions, if you're Ian King, for example, and you're going to be using that night after night and it's the most amazing preamp pedal you've ever heard, then it probably justifies the price. Personally, I think I don't know. I've not dealt with Walrus Audio. I've not used many of their pedals. Maybe tried a few at a bass show, but I've not had any here for use. I think that's a very expensive pedal that, unless you are using it all the time and can justify that price. Yannick seemed perturbed by some critics of the price. Who cares? Frankly. But then he could say the same about why would anyone care what I had to say. So I think everyone has their ears, and you'll know whether it justifies the price or not. Let's be fair. I've sat for 20 years looking at people's social media posts and forum posts, and people spend fortunes on stuff they have absolutely no need for, and then end up selling it or selling it at a loss. And you think, well, why did you buy it in the first place? So again, it's horses for courses. It's what people need these things for. If you're just buying it for the sake of buying it, then you get what you deserve. But I've seen it. I've seen not that pill. I've seen people do that. Just buy stuff so they can say they've got it. They have absolutely no need for it, but they'll buy it anyway. It's like, well, off you go. Lots of people were critical of the 749 pricing. Well, there you go. I'm calling it as I see it. If you can justify it and you think it is the best bass preamp pedal, go for it. And if it improves your audio bass signal, go for it. Personally, I wouldn't, but I'm very happy with my Aguilar tone hammer and my EBS micro basses. I don't feel a need to do that. I don't work in studios. I haven't done any studio work in years, so on a live gig, our sound man with Uncle Funk loves my tone hammer. He just keep using that. I don't want anything else. Again, as Zumaz saying, the Red DI is $950. The Noble is $13.99. They're obviously trying to get into that bracket. It's par for the course, exactly. If you are doing loads of studio sessions or you bass in an orchestra or whatever, and you can justify those prices because you're getting that level of work, go for it. Because if the engineers and producers you're working with want that and you can provide it, then they're very happy and you'll keep getting that work. I don't work in that circle, so for me, I couldn't justify 720 quid on a preamp pedal. Yeah, Walrus is trying to compete with the more boutique preamp pedals. Only time will tell whether they're successful or not. But like I say, I've known players who buy all of these DIs thinking it's going to suddenly open up the world of studio playing. There is no world of studio playing anymore. Not how it used to be. You might become a very prolific doing sessions from home, and you get sent a track or two or three, and you do the bass line and send them back. As far as I'm aware, there's not a huge amount of money in that. There is money, but it's like small amounts because they're saying, well, you haven't got to go to a studio, you can do it all from home. But what do I know? It's not an area of work I do a lot of work in. So for me at the moment, it's gigs, now the magazine and the YouTube channel. So I would have no requirement for that preamp pedal, to be fair. Construction quality is not the same. I think that's why people were so vocal about it. Okay, well, once people have got it, these things are in your hands, or you can go to a shop and try it, then things sort of settle down. I think a lot of people's opinions at the moment are based on the NAMM videos and if they went to NAMM and tried stuff. You could just not buy it, but there will always be critics, of course. You love your Sons amp. There you go. There you go. I've got Sons amp here. Very rarely use it. Very rarely use it. Not my sound. I think my one, well, when did I buy that? 1998. So I've got one of the original drivers. There's no MIDI EQ on it. So it just ends up being a lot of fluffy bottom end and top. It's top and bottom. So lots of ding, 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 ding. But there's no mid. There's no body in there. But I haven't said that. I have used that on gigs abroad and run into that and then taken the feed out to the front of house, and then I get my in-ear mix. It sounds fine. So I just don't really use the EQ on it. I just set it flat and let the sound man give me my sound, and away we go. Zuma, the Rupert Neve RNDI at 399 is pretty superb for you because I tone shape elsewhere. Very good. Very good. We'll keep an eye on that Walrus pedal. We'll see how things progress over the months. Either it will find its position, and look, if stores start discounting it to sell it, but if it's expensive and they're not shifting, you'll find over here in the UK, stores just won't sell it. I know it's there on Amazon, Andertons, but things like Guitar and what have you, they'll keep those things, but if they don't shift, they don't shift. But again, if it becomes the sort of DI preamp of choice and suddenly becomes that thing that everyone has to have, then fair enough. And then we'll see how many are going second hand in a year and how low the prices drop. But it is horses for courses. It's what works for you. But I'm very happy with my Aguilar tone hammer. The only thing I don't like about the tone hammer is you have to have a specific adapter for it. And yes, you can run it by DI, but it's very temperamental if you have a spike running on the phantom power, as we had on a show, and I've lost that capability now. I can take a DI out of it, but it won't, the power option isn't there anymore. So, unless I can get someone at Korg to fix it, it's not going to be able to do that. So I've always got to have an adapter on it, and it has to be a certain 18-volt adapter, I think. There we are. There we are. We got 12 minutes to go, folks. It's 8:48 here in London town. Thank you for attending tonight. I'm not winding down yet. We've got another 12 minutes. If you've got anything you want to post or anything you want to ask, put it in the live chat window. Oh, we lost a subscriber. It happens. It happens. Actually, this week, it's happened a lot. I've struggled to get above 5,108 subscribers. It's been up and down like a tart's drawers all week. So to get to 117, I'm very pleased with that. It's good going. But someone's just dropped off. Everything's dropping off these days. We have had 482 views. Thank you very much, folks. Excellent work. There'll be plenty of content going up this week, although the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, I am predisposed, but I will try and create content before I go and then put it up on those days. So we will see how things pan out this week. What we got there is messages flying in. Yeah, you like a tart straw. Well, there we go. There we are. Up and down like a tart straws. Leo, pedal board is all done. Excellent. I've missed your message, I think. Pizza time after the live chat. Excellent. I had my dinner before I came onto here. But there's always time for dessert, of course. There we go. Zuma, good old Countryman DI also sounds great. There's loads of great DIs out there. It just depends what work you're doing. What works in a particular musical setting. But to be honest, so many engineers and recording people have their preference. You can buy all this stuff and then never use it. Because you go somewhere and they go, no, I want it through my gear. It's like, yeah, but I've got like £1,000 DI box set. No, doesn't matter. I want it through my gear. I want what I know. I've heard that before. It does happen. Very good. So like I say, I'll be putting up the timestamps. I may even do it tonight once we've finished. If I can speed through. And those timestamps are there, which will allow people watching this after the event to jump through the chat. If they so wish. Also helps Google to chop up the video into informative shorts that you will then come across when you search for topics on Google, and it will present those sections for watching, which is good. Mark, good to see you. Good day. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We've got another 9 minutes before we stop for the evening, but we're here every Sunday from 6 p.m. UK time. Mark, good day from UM. UM? UM. UM? What's UM? There should be an issue featuring Danny Sapko called the... Well, that's a magazine he should do himself. Yeah. Oh, you're in the USA. Very good. Welcome aboard, sir. Yeah, I'll mention that. I'm surprised he hasn't thought of that. Sold it on his merch page. He could do that one a month. I'm sure he'd do well with that. If he did it digitally, a one-man effort trying to do a paper-based mag, that's not a good possibility. But if he did a digital magazine, that'd be great. I'm sure he'd do very well. Have you got any questions, Mark? Anything you'd like to ask? We're talking basses, bass guitars, bass gear, bass players. If you're new to the channel, you're amongst friends, so chat away. Stacey, what part of the US? Don't forget, folks, check out Zumaz channel. Let's get the man monetized, shall we? Leo, you are among the best bass channel ever. I'll be paying you for comments like that soon. Mark, I'm new, just listening, liking what I hear. Well, thank you very much. We've been going 5.5 years. There's over 1,000 videos here on the channel. There's 151 live chats, reviews, demos, interviews, series, features, loads of shorts, loads of long form. Everything is organized into playlists. So if you find something you like and you want to see more of it, stay in that playlist. There's loads of it. If you go to the front page of the channel, scroll along, and you'll see there's a section that says playlists. Help yourself. I try and run a reasonably tidy ship, so every video gets put into playlists. And yeah, so if you want to see loads of videos about Billy Sheehan, there's about, oh God, there's tons of those. Lots of Mark King level 42. It's Queen stuff. If you're into gear, I try and create manufacturer playlists. And if you want to talk 5-string basses, there's a playlist for that. There's all sorts. Have a look around. Stacey, seeing who's freezing their butts off over here. You are. You have been all day. In the PNW here, it's rainy but not too cold. It's not bad here in the UK. It was a little cold today, but we've had a lot of rain over the past few days. And so it's sort of cold and wet in the air. But look, it's not minus sub-zero temperatures and snow yet, he says. And if we can get through February without any snow, I'll be very impressed. And then roll on the spring and summer. And if we can have a year like last year, I'll be very, very happy. Stacey, I'll take the rain over this snow. Don't you? You could stay home for a couple of days, wait for it to pass. Mark, you subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. But this is my first live chat. Well, very welcome. We do this every Sunday. Sometimes I do live chats in the week. Those are impromptu. Generally, they tend to be on the workbench. So I'll have a bass or two and we're fixing things and restringing and all that sort of thing. But you're very welcome. If you've got any questions, you can either send them to the channel, find us on the socials. You can email me, brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. Help yourself. It's all good. All the video content is there for you to enjoy. If you watch any of it, please leave comments. Please give the videos a thumbs up. Feel free to share out to social media. It's all good. Project the channel. That'd be great. It's my first time ever watching this channel. You have some catching up to do. Who are your favourite bass players? What bands do you like? I'll tell you if we've got any stuff directly attributable to them. If I can help. I realise I'm not standing by the mic, sorry. Mike's not by the mic, is he? Welcome, new subscribers. Good to have you on board. When's the next workshop? I'm thinking I might do one this week, but because I'm out of the game on Thursday and Friday, it might have to be middle of the week, but that might not be feasible. We'll see. I had planned on doing them every Saturday since New Year. Just haven't had the time. There's always something else, like the accounts had to be done. Just there's always stuff. And then all the stuff for the mag, that's taken up a fair bit of time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You can only do what you can do. I'm a one-man band, as you know. So it's very hard without a team when you've got to do all this stuff yourself. So it's all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. Mark, I know the weather is bad then. No, we're okay here. But it was -2 in Florida, of all places. I know Stacey's in North Carolina. She sent me photos earlier of what the snow's like over there. Good luck with that. But I can't say that because we could end up with snow in March, April, or May. It has been known. So, but it's just warm here at the moment. Well, I say warm. It's seasonably warm. Normally we'd be like near 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's all right. We're about 10 degrees, I think, at the moment. Something like that. It's all good. We just got a lot of rain, which makes getting the dogs out for the walks a challenge. But as you can hear, I don't know where he thinks he's going. Nowhere is the answer. Oh, it's 9 o'clock, isn't it? It's dentist stick time. Clean the old toothy pegs. Noisy chihuahua. Bless him. Right, we've got a couple of minutes, folks. If you've got anything else you'd like to add to the live chat. As I said, super chat facility is there if you wish to help the channel. Hit the super chat button at the bottom of the live chat. Allows you to make a financial donation to the channel. We've got super thanks underneath the video window in the row of icons. You'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol. That's super thanks. That exists on every single video. Is that a Spectre on the cover? Yes, it is. Please give the video a thumbs up. Very, very important. Most important thing you can do. And it costs you nothing to do it. Pushes the video through the algorithm. Helps the channel. So please give the video a thumbs up. Merch links in description box. 30% off until midnight tonight, wherever you are in the world. And that's across all 170 odd items, 15 different designs. You want to help the channel out, buy some merch. Merch links are in the description box. There's a UK and Europe store and a US and worldwide store. If you don't know about the merch, go back through this live chat. I showed some examples earlier on. Yes, very lovely. Stacey, yeah, when it's sub-zero in Florida, you know something's afoot. Quite. So we've done that, we've done thumbs up. Affiliate links for Amazon and THOMANN in description box. I think I've told you everything. Right, I will see you folks hopefully next Sunday. I'll be here. Whether you're more than welcome to join me, of course. Content going up through the week. If I do an impromptu live chat or a workshop one, just keep checking the community tab. I had this conversation with young Richard yesterday. He came on to ask me about the magazine. Am I part of the magazine? Yes. He said, oh, I didn't know. I said, well, you don't follow the community tab here on the channel? I said, you're subscribed. I post on the community tab. It's instant. It's not like the algorithms for Facebook and Instagram. If I post on the community tab, you get it the moment that post goes live. Oh, I don't look at the community tab. Need I say more? Watch the community tab, folks. It's where I post for anything to do with the channel, anything to do with bass. Andy Stratford, take it easy. Have a good week. We'll see you next time. As we wind this down, thank you very much, all new subscribers. Thank you very much, Michael Anthony and Stacey Ann, for the super chat contributions. Love you guys. Thank you to everyone for thumbs ups, hitting the subscribe button. feel free to share the video out. Social media, bass channels on Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform you use. It's all good stuff. I will try and get some of those demos up this week. There might even be another gig vlog. We'll see. So, next Sunday here, 6 o'clock UK time. Before I go, got to do this, haven't I? So let's just get rid of that for a second. So, as we wind down, if you want to, what are we going to promote this week? Gig vlogs. Let's do the gig vlogs. Right. On the vertical stream, it's going to be right there. There's going to be a graphic, which is the playlist for the gig vlogs. If you want to check out my gig adventures, that will be right there. On the horizontal stream, it's going right there. Okay? Where that finger's pointing, it's going to be an icon there, which will be the graphic for the playlist for the gig vlogs. So you want to check out my gig adventures, check it out there. On that note, I'm going off for some dessert. I don't know what I'm having, but I'll work it out in a minute. Zuma, good to see you. Speak to you later. Stacey, have the best week. We have the coolest little community. Yes, we do. Grateful to be part of it. Thank you very much, my dear. Zuma, congratulations on the mag. Congratulations. We're going to get your channel over that monetization line. Red wine incoming, Zuma. We'll get you some hours this week. There we go. Very good. On that note, folks, so vertical stream, it's going to be there. Horizontal stream, it's going to be there. Gig vlog playlist. Check it out. I'll see you next Sunday. Take it easy, folks. Have a good week.